though, so that's a little something. And I think the other
Yeah.
one's a little bit stronger.
Yeah. Cool.
But the game doesn't tell you this. You have to learn it.
Yeah.
Like, they need a stats page.
Yeah. All right. If you're just joining us, we have not started the show proper. You're on. I'm Frank Branches. Eric RPG is here. We'll be joined by Breakman shortly, and we'll get the show started. Going to be a hell of a show today. Lots of news to get to in the world of RPGs, JRPGs, and other video game
Are we gonna
related
get a
news.
guest call from Captain Bigot Face from Twitter?
I'm not sure. See, it's going to be interesting. Um, there's a lot to bitch about this week, Eric, and we're going to get to it. More Trump nonsense, Trump supporter nonsense, idiots at the ballpark nonsense, police nonsense. I mean, we've got so much on the plate in the second half of the show. I can't wait to get through the news real quick today because there's lots of stuff to talk about. Bernie schools the Washington Post, which I found absolutely hilarious. Like every time somebody tries to corner Bernie knows exactly what to say and how to say it. So that's going to be interesting. I know Eric has a very, very solemn stinko this week, and hearts go out to everybody in Japan suffering. Just terrible news out of...
I need to add a review for Salt and Sanctuary because I forgot to add that in there.
Yeah, feel free. We got time, Eric.
I've been playing the PlayStation version because I want to get the trophies, but
yeah. Just waiting on Breakman, and we'll get the party started. This is not going to be a G-rated episode like last week, so if you have sensitive ears, then of course you know what you can do. At least for the time being, it's a free country, so you do that. Lurks is in chat. What's up, Lurks? Thanks for rejoining us. Glad you could join the show. We haven't started yet. Just waiting on Breakman, basically, and then we'll get this party started. I will be on another podcast, Hill of Roses podcast on Sunday. I don't exactly know if it's going to be a live show or when that show is going to be out, but I'll let you guys know next week. Where you can find all the details on that. Just follow Hill of Roses on Twitter, and we'll be discussing a lot of politics, a lot of progressive politics. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to be on a panel of 3 other people, and we'll be discussing progressive politics, which is, par for the course of this show in the second half. Obviously, you guys know where I stand on a lot of things, and it should be a ton of fun. I don't anticipate a bunch of opposition debate, but we'll see what happens. It's gonna be a ton of fun. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with the people over there, so it's gonna be really cool. Let me see if Break is ready. And we can get him on and get the party started. If you're just joining us, we haven't really started the show yet. Just on with Eric RPG. We're just discussing Salt and Sanctuary and some other stuff. But should be a heck of a show today. Breakman and I went to battle with an idiot on Twitter. I don't know if you saw that, Eric, if that's what you were referring to. I'm beginning to think that Twitter is almost too toxic for anybody's well-being. I don't know the statistics on how negative it is, but I'm sure it can't be all that great. So lots to talk about. I mean, lots and lots of stuff to talk about, especially in regards to politics and the idiot in chief and his supporters. But calling
my recording just randomly decides to stop just because somebody has added to the call. That's nice.
That's really cool. Hey, Breakman, do we have you?
Sure.
Yeah, cool. It's going to be an interesting show, Breakman.
Oh, man.
It's going to be an interesting show, my friend.
Yeah.
There's been some Twitter shenanigans, to say the least, man.
No,
but,
I haven't had so much fun on Twitter in a very long time.
It actually...
Is it worth buying Star Fox Zero, like, at $23?
I'd say wait for a sale, man.
That is the sale.
Oh, that's the sale? That doesn't sound like much of a sale to me. I mean, what's the normal price?
It's a Wii U game that apparently wasn't received very well, and they're trying to get rid of their stock in Walmart.
Skip it. Just skip it, man. I wouldn't bother with
Well,
it.
what about $15 for Starlink though?
15 for Starlink sounds okay. For which system?
The Switch.
Yeah, that sounds okay to me
They're
actually.
doing a sale on Amazon, and that's probably also clearance.
Yeah, that sounds
And
decent.
apparently, you can get it essentially for free after you get the $15 credit, and then you can apparently put it in there before it ships to you.
Wow, that's cool. Then that might be worth it, man. All right, if you're just joining us, the show's RPGrinders. We haven't started the show proper yet. We've got a hell of a show for you guys and gals today. There's a lot of stuff.
Of course, you need Prime to do that, but I guess I could just, ask my dad.
get the or either that or just get the trial. You can get the trial for like 7 days or whatever it is. You can get a trial, Eric, if you need to do something like that. Just make sure you cancel it after 5 days or so.
Because I tried logging on it with my dad's login and information, and it was asking for the phone number. I don't know what the phone number is. I mean, I don't think it's listed in my contact info, but I can check.
Yeah. All right. So it's going to be a hell of a show today. I have a feeling Breakman and I are going to have a lot to say when it comes to Stinkos and otherwise, along with a lot of other fun stuff after we get through the news. So you guys ready to get this party started? It is not a G-rated show this week. You excited for that?
You can say
Breakman?
fuck now.
Well, I got something special for the beginning of the show. You guys ready to go?
Can we say the fucking chief instead?
Yeah, the fucking chief. Yeah, of course. You can say whatever you want, Eric. This is your show as much as it is my show, man, and Breakman. So, of course, we can say what we want to say. You ready, Break? Breakman, are you ready to start the show? Did I lose Breakman? Does Breakman have his mute button on? I bet you Breakman has his mute button on. Yep, it looks like Breakman has his mute button on. I don't know why. Let's see. Breakman. Oh, Mr. Breakman. Breakman is on the show. Breakman has got his mute button on. Breakman, Mr. Breakman. I think it's going to be a heck of a show, Eric. There's lots to talk about, man. That Kyoto Animation Studio stuff is awful. We'll be talking about that. God, it's so sad, man. Literally the studio set. Was it? I'm sure you'll get to it in your Stinko, Eric. But was it?
I had Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3: The Black Order listed as the Black Odor.
Okay, all right, that's cool. Is there? When we get to it, I guess we'll talk about it, Eric. Just waiting on Breakman. Make sure Breakman's okay. He's got his mic on mute, so we'll just hold off for just a couple. He might have had to go poop or grab a beer or something. Let's see if anybody's in chat. Bernie's in chat and Lurks is in chat. I think I mentioned earlier. I'm sure we'll have others later.
I'm kind of waiting for Ultimate Alliance 3 Game of the Year edition to happen or something like that.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I mean, Nintendo is publishing it, but I'm sure they'll do it. We have all the DLC edition thing.
Yeah. See, that's what Then
again, they're selling the expansion packs, but so maybe they won't do that. But I'll wait till it's 30, then I can buy the expansion pass along with it, and then it'll be 60 again.
Yeah.
Instead of 90.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Breakman, do we have you back?
Yeah, fighting. Why can't I? What fucking page is this that's fighting me here? Getting a bunch of pop-ups off of.
I don't know. You got a bunch of pop-ups. Do you need a second to figure that out, Breakman?
No, it's fine. It's one of the news articles.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let me know if you need a second, man. Otherwise, you ready to go, man?
Yeah, fine. I'm just tweeting out.
Okay, cool. Right on. Let's do this. Special intro this week, by the way, guys. So be prepared for that. I think you guys are going to enjoy this.
Shit piss fuck cunt cocksucker motherfucker and tits.
And welcome, everybody, to episode 549 of RPGrinders in a non-G-rated episode. I am your host, Frank Branch, alongside my trusty cohorts, Eric the Great, Breakman the Bold. Gentlemen, I know we didn't have a ton of time to talk before the air, but how in the hell are you all doing? Can you
feel the turd tonight?
Eric, please don't ever sing again, ever.
That'll be the name of the episode.
Breakman, how are you doing, man? How was your week?
It's been a busy week, but I found a new love for Twitter. It's been a long time. The last time I really had fun on Twitter was that week I was trolling you.
Well, you always troll me, man. Like you're always trying to troll me.
I know, but I was really bothering you the whole time. Where's my money, Frank?
Yeah, it's
Checks
been
in the mail.
Yeah, the checks in the mail for sure. It was an interesting week, but man, you and I, Breakman, we were talking a little off the air before we started this recording about Twitter in general, and it's going to be interesting. I think we're both going to have a lot to say when we get into the latter half of the show. But without further ado, RPG News. All right, Eric, take us into the news.
First up from RPG site, we've got Marvel's Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order, and its expansion pass schedule. It says, ahead of its worldwide launch, today, Marvel and Nintendo have revealed additional playable characters and expansion pass details. And Marvel confirmed that Loki will be playable from day one, and Cyclops and Colossus from the X-Men will be added to the game as a free update. So that's with anybody who doesn't even bother with the expansion pass will get those characters, and that'll be the 30th of August. And the $20 expansion pass has 3 separate packs, which is kind of annoying because. What if you just wanted one of those and you didn't care for the other characters? Too bad. Pay $20.
Yeah, that's the norm for that type of stuff. I mean, I don't mind it, man.
No, it's not the norm. This is what Nintendo does.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you could buy individual characters at one point for Killer Instinct,
well, that's what I'm saying.
This is what Nintendo does. They like to package them all together.
That's what the point I was getting to. Nintendo. This is norm for Nintendo, man. They I mean, they're not just gonna let you
separate DLC is the norm for everybody else, and then they'll do a bundle later.
Yeah,
but Nintendo's just nope, just buy it all now.
Well, Nintendo's all about that extra cash, man. Just think about it. There's you say it all the time, Eric.
So if there's 3 DLC packs, then what's the split between them? $750 or something each.
It's roughly $7.
$7.35.
No, it's a little less than $7. Like $6.66 or something. Or $6.33, something like that. So. I understand what you're saying, Eric, but it's the Switch tax, man. I mean, that's just how it is, and they know they're gonna get it. They know they're gonna get it.
The first pack includes Moon Knight, Blade, Punisher, and Morbius.
Yeah, that's a cool pack. The Marvel Knights pack, the X-Men pack, obviously is really cool. Fantastic. I mean, I would get all of these, but I'm with you, Eric. I'll just wait until they come out with a Game of the Year edition and get it.
Oh, they won't because it's Nintendo, so they'll just. So either they'll do a Game of the Year edition, or they'll do a Player's Choice Select thing at the end of the Switch's life, and it'll have the DLC built into it.
Yeah, no, I know, and that sucks, man. Maybe they'll reconsider with this one because this is such a huge game. I mean, Marvel.
I'm gonna have to get a Switch at some point because I really want to play this game.
It's really good, man. I mean,
I'm happy that it was finally brought back because I love the series until the last one, which was one of the most broken games.
Yeah, 2. Ultimate Alliance 2 sucked, man. 1 was really good, though, man. I
know it was. I know, and that's what 2 was.
Marvel Broken Alliance 2. Right?
Yes, pretty much.
Marvel Broken Alliance. All right, break, man. Let's move on to the next story.
Coming to us live from RPG site. I'm not going to read that because I know it's going to be the first sentence. Publisher 1C Company has announced that the Final Fantasy Tactics-inspired indie RPG Fell Seal Arbiter's Mark will release for the Nintendo Switch on August 14th. Originally released for the PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4 back in April, after being kickstarted in 2017. The strategy game comes over to the hybrid portable only a few months after its 1.0 release. Wow, okay. So you're saying there's some buggies going on there?
Yeah.
While a Switch release is never officially announced ahead of time, While a Switch release was never officially announced ahead of time, heavy consideration had previously been mentioned via various Kickstarter updates. One C Company also released an Alkalade trailer for the game, and if you're in chat, you get to see it, but if not, sorry.
Yeah, you got to be in chat. Join us in chat every Friday, 7 Eastern Time on Twitch and YouTube, RPGrinders. But yeah, this looks good. I don't know if you guys had a chance to look at the trailer. I'm not a tactics guy, but I mean, as far as a good-looking game,
I am.
I know you are.
The only thing that really bothers me about it is that it doesn't seem to have fluid animations.
Yeah, I did notice that, Eric, but I mean, the artwork is
Again,
so
1.0.
pretty. Yeah. Artwork is so pretty on it, though, man. I don't know, man. Like, if it's a good game, it's a good game. I mean, like you said, Eric.
Well, no, like, I don't know. Like, even if updating it to 1 point whatever or 2 point whatever would fix it, because, like, it looks like it's clearly missing key animations.
Yeah, it looks a little stiff. I know what you're saying, Eric, but I don't know, man. There's something about this game. The artwork looks really, really fucking good. I mean, I don't know. If I were to play a strategy game, this is the type of strategy game I might play. Some type of fantasy type deal, but, whatever.
Wait, I thought Frank said he wasn't a graphics whore. So he's saying he'd play a game because it was pretty, not because it was
How
fun.
dare you, sir?
Tactics was pretty.
Tactic was pretty. No question. Tactics was pretty.
Tactics is a lot of fun, though.
Yeah.
I love Tactics.
All right, let's go on to something that's probably a million times better. Speaking of, RPGsite.net, Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel has been delayed to October 22nd in North America and October 29th
More
in
like a
Oceania.
strategic launching.
It sounds like that. Like, I was wondering, is it a
So
localization?
there's too much shit coming out in September for them to compete with it and make out well.
I see, because I was wondering about that, Eric, because a month doesn't make much of a difference other than what you were just saying, like some type of...
It does when you've got, like, at least 10 other games you have to compete with.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Let's see, there's the 5 D&D games, and there's Zelda Link's Awakening, and then there's Dragon Quest 11, and then there's 2K, like, I think it's NFL 2K.
Yeah. No, there's tons of shit. There's no question. I thought it might have been a little localization problem, but it's...
Then there's Ni no Kuni.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this is definitely a strategic move, no question. So...
Well, I have a question. Since they're delaying it, are they going to work on it anymore, or is it already,
No,
I think
it's done.
I don't think it's gold yet, but it's getting there.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good.
Code. I bet Code was probably supposed to go out in the middle of August.
Yeah, I don't think there's any improvements.
They might, which people might still get, but like maybe review embargoes are still set in place. But like,
here's
so more than likely, if they're going to work on anything, it'd be DLC. If there's going to be DLC.
Yeah. But
so
actually,
they're basically almost done with the game, and they're moving on.
There
So
already is DLC, but there already is DLC, but it's DLC based on the Japanese version.
Yeah.
So all they have to do is
localize.
Just make sure stuff works.
Yeah.
Right.
Here's the statement. This will probably clear up things a little bit. To guarantee as successful a launch window as possible. This is hinting to what Eric was saying.
Holy crap! That's not hinting. That's flat out saying, hey, the competition's a little bit stiff.
Well, it's not that it's stiff. It's like what Eric was saying. There's 50 million things coming out.
Yeah, there's a lot of competition.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
It looks like Freak 5 is in chat. Welcome, Freak 5. Glad you could join us. So yeah, I mean, it says it right there.
Basically, probably made them do this because Falcom wants the series to do well.
Yeah,
and it is doing well. It needs to do better.
Yeah. So that just pretty much says it all right there. I mean, it's purely to avoid a bunch of other stuff that's coming out. All right, Eric, what do we got next?
We got Caravan Stories has been delayed in North America. Free-to-play MMORPG Caravan Stories for PlayStation 4 has been delayed in North America to an unspecified date. Originally supposed to launch on July 23rd. Excuse me, I was about to burp.
That would have been a good release date, and there's not a lot releasing in the summertime.
Yeah.
And with an open beta test available in the week leading up to launch, so they're asking for patience as they improve game quality.
Ooh, that does not sound good at all, man. Ooh.
They probably need to get their servers making sure that they're not garbage.
You know what? I appreciate the honesty.
I do too.
Listen, this game isn't up to where we want it to be. We need to work on it.
I agree.
I appreciate that.
I wish they would.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if it's not even the game. It's like, yeah, we need to just make sure our servers work.
Yeah, even that. Like,
Yeah.
Exactly. Fix your or make sure your game is perfect because, well, I mean, as perfect as you can get it because gamers are gonna find every little reason to bitch and moan.
Yeah, and they'll probably try to release it in September, and it'll get buried. So, no, I'm kidding.
Well, if it comes to that, maybe they should hold out until next year.
Yeah, why not? I mean, if they need,
because really, once it gets to September, it's really busy.
Yeah, September's a busy fucking month, especially for RPGs, man. September.
If that happens, they might as well just get to work doing extra content for the game.
Yeah. I would agree. I would totally agree with that. All right, let's see who's up next.
It'd be my turn.
Yes.
Coming to us live from RPG site again. There's an update right at the beginning. So let me scroll to get to where it began. Bandai Namco, or as they're better known, Nandai Bamco, has finally confirmed a release date for SD Gundam G Generation Cross Rays in Japan, where it will be available on November 20th. I guess as many Gundam games as there are, they have to add so many words to them to keep them distinct.
Yeah.
This announcement is made by publisher and second major promotional trailer, which shows a montage of battle scenes as well as a rundown of gameplay features that have been known so far, including a new.
You not know how to say montage.
What did I say?
Montage.
Montage. I mean,
you said montage.
Pronounce it differently. Jesus.
I don't know. So there's only one way to pronounce this.
It's montage. That's how you really
fine, whatever. And where was I? Including new abilities, Raid Group, and Ability Get. I like that name. Ability Get!
Yeah.
Just like the recent Super Robot Wars games, G Generation Cross Rays will have a limited Premium G Sound Edition containing in-game loops of original anime theme songs that will be available only in Japan. Early copies of the game will also come with bonuses such as extra option parts, the Titan's colored Sisquati from Mono Eye Gundams, added to the production list, and a port of SD Gundam G Generation Mono Eye Gundams, a classic game originally available on Nandai's own.
I think that's Sisqueed.
Sisqueed?
Yes. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Not 100% sure.
Here is the update. Bandai Namco. It's a terrible name. It's Nandai Bamco. I mean, do I have to correct everybody on this? Anyway, has published the official English trailer for SD Gundam G Generation Cross Rays.
Localizing Gundam games in the West is hard, so they just release an Asian version with English in it.
I can't doubt that it's hard. Like there's so many names, and it's all about the license. Really? Yeah. English localization due for release in Southeast Asia will be available on November 28th, the same day as the Japanese release.
Yay. That's cool.
Although the announcement lacks the Premium G Sound Edition, it confirms that the earlier purchase bonuses will come in the same complete set that Japan gets, including the port of SD. I'm basically repeating myself now.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. Freak5 says he almost has the platinum trophy for that that racing game that they gave us on the PS Plus. That's cool, man. Keep at it. I have very few platinums. I think I have like 2 platinums total. But I'm getting better at getting more and more trophies, so that's cool.
Is he taking a drink because I mispronounced something, or is he taking a drink because I was done with the story? Like, I'm just done with this.
Probably because you mispronounced something, man. In that case, everybody would be drunk in like 5 seconds break.
Right.
All right, I think it's my turn. This comes to us from Siliconera. Wargroove PlayStation 4 debut is set for July 23rd, 2019. It'll be $19.99. Well, that's actually a decent price point. It's five months after it came out on the Switch, Xbox. One thing to remember: this version does not support crossplay. Of course, it doesn't because it's fucking Sony.
Because Sony.
Yeah. You can take.
Sony's like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah. You can take part in multiplayer
Sony
sessions.
needs a kick in the head.
They
That's what
really
Sony
do.
needs.
They really do on crossplay for sure, and cross-dressing. If you're listening, Sony.
Sony is an extremely competitive company.
They are.
Can I tell you like a little
Yeah.
a little story about something that happened when I went to that game show of Game Crazy. When they did the show, I think like Sony presented first, or maybe it was Nintendo, one of those two. Nintendo gave us a free game, stuff like that. It was Sony that went first, and they didn't give us anything. Then Nintendo went and they gave us we gave you a free game before, and here's this. And then Xbox went and they gave us a free game and said when we get home, Fable just came out, you get a free copy of Fable.
Yeah.
Sony immediately announced like, "Hey, we're giving you this free stuff too," and like games.
They were like,
no, this is Sony not being competitive. This is just them being dumb.
Yeah, I think.
Well,
what he's saying
but I'm
is
saying
true.
like they don't want to work with other companies.
Yeah.
Is what I say when I mean they're being competitive. Like they look at other companies as the enemy.
Yeah.
They want to beat them.
Yeah. Freak5 says he pooped today, and he said, did Bernie earn those platinums for you? To me, which that earned him an exile. That's not true. I fucking earned every goddamn trophy on my fucking gamer card, son of a bitch. Unlike you, Mrs. Brakeman, playing that racing game for you while you're working, son of a bitch. He says, yeah, RPGrinders drinking game. Take a drink when Brake mispronounces a word. You know how hard it was for me to not say son of a bitch last week, guys? Like, it literally like took everything in my power to not say a bad word last week, which I thought we all did very admirably last week. I think we all slipped up just one time and like towards the end because we're like fuck it, I guess, I don't know. So there you go. There's the skinny on Wargroove. Wargroove actually looks really fun. I wish Sony would relent.
It's
on
basically
crossplay.
like a combo of like Advanced Wars, Fire Emblem, and I guess more to the point, Rondo of sorts.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks. I saw footage of this game. It looks real fun. All right, Eric, you're up.
Let's see. We got from Siliconera. We got another delay. Date Alive. Ren Dystopia delayed from summer 2019 to 2020. And no further details were shared other than the delay being due to quote-unquote various reasons.
Yeah.
But that's it, really.
Yeah, that's it. Good. Ah! That was weird. Are you guys still there? That was really
yeah.
That was really weird, man.
I thought
sorry.
you dropped off.
Yeah, no. I definitely didn't drop off. It just
You
was
were under
really weird.
attack.
Yeah, I was under attack. I think it's Trump's minions after me, man. They've been after me on Twitter. We'll talk about that later. But
I've been after them.
yeah, I know. You and I have been after them, man. The gloves are off, man, for sure. All right, Breakman, I think you're up.
Let's see here. Coming to us live from Siliconera. Day Live.
No,
Ren Dystopia.
Next story.
What?
We just did
Really?
that.
We
Eric just did that.
Alright, fine. Sinnoh Alice worldwide launch delayed. New launch date to be announced later. I was talking in chat, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
The fairy tale themed smartphone pop up kicked off my goddamn screen. Sinnoh Alice, directed by Yoko Taro and developed by Pokilabo, was expected to launch worldwide today, but has been delayed with a message from the management team. Here's the message. Hello, everyone. This is the management team from Sinnoh Alice. First and foremost, we would like to express our sincerest apologies to inform everyone who has been waiting a long time for the worldwide launch that the service schedule has been delayed. Sinnoh Alice is a work in progress that began last year, during which we aim to open its services on July 18th, 2019. Again, as I said, summer would be a great time to release.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I think Apple is being difficult. That's what I think.
As the opening date draws near, we have been running our final maintenance and checkups for the global service. However, we have come to the conclusion that the localization quality of Sinnoh Alice is nowhere near perfect at this stage of development. In this regard, we have made many discussions with the Japanese developers, and at the cost of rescheduling the worldwide launch, we have decided to optimize the localization of the game to provide the highest level of satisfaction for all users. As the service schedule has been delayed, we are fully aware that many of you are disappointed, and once again, we take the opportunity to apologize for our shortcomings.
Yeah.
As much hype there was built up for the global service of Sin Oalis, I did not know there was. Our priority is to provide you an experience that exceeds your expectations. We hope you understand that we had made a very difficult decision for delaying our services. And, wow, this is a really long letter.
Yeah, you
the
could
future
just
worldwide launch schedule is currently being negotiated. As much as you are curious about the exact date of release, we will try our best to bring you the fully localized version of Sin Oalis as soon as possible. Furthermore, compensatory rewards for the service delay are currently being discussed internally. We will notify you about the new worldwide launch date and compensations through detailed announcements in the future. Once again, we would like to express our sincerest apologies to everyone who has shown so much love and interest in Sin Oalis. And what about apologies for taking up so much of our time reading that?
Yeah, definitely. Breakman, Dungeon says, I haven't heard of Sin Oalis until now. We've had it on the show a couple of times, but it's one of those.
Talking about like hype and stuff, and like I said, I didn't know there was hype for this game.
Yeah, hype level's -50 is what I put in chat, because like we didn't. I mean, we
It's
weren't.
more than a simple gacha game I've ever released.
Yeah, it just.
Bless you.
Thank you. It. I don't know. It just wasn't. It's been on our radar, but it's not. I mean, we're not big mobile gamers. I think Breakman is about the closest thing we have to a huge mobile gamer. Eric does play some, but yeah. See, Dungeon says it's a mobile game. That's why. Yeah. See, I'm in agreement, Dungeon. When I see mobile game, I don't get hype for almost anything. The artwork is pretty. I'll say that about it, and I think I mentioned that before. But
my biggest problem with mobile games is I'm playing 2 mobile games that are basically daily games. Like, I really don't have time to play any new games. You know?
I play RPQ, and that's about it, man. That's about the
I'll log into Final Fantasy Record Keeper, and I can play that for a little bit. And but I have so much stamina, and there's so many things I can do that I can play that game for a couple hours and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I can play South Park for an hour or two sometime. I don't have time to play anything else.
And Dungeon is in chat, I mentioned, and also Slagar's in chat. Welcome to chat, good friend Slagar and our good friend Dungeon. So welcome on in, guys. Lots to talk about today. You guys aren't going to want to miss the second half of the show. All right. Let's see, I think it's my turn next. This comes to us from Siliconera. London Detective Mysteria PC port will crack cases. I almost said asses.
Okay, you're having some audio issues.
Eric, are you having the same audio issues? Can you hear me?
No, I can hear you, but you're like breaking up sometimes.
Okay. Yeah. London Detective Mysteria PC port will crack cases and warm hearts on July 31st, 2019. So there's some extras for both the game and stuff like that. I can't play. There's something weird happening. I don't know. This is the first time that's ever happened. When I tried to play the trailer earlier, it won't let me play it because apparently, like, the Xseed doesn't want embedded videos on other websites. So you have to go to. Thanks, Dungeon. He says I sound okay right now. So, yeah, so there you go. It's gonna sell for $29.99, €29.99, £24.99. So you get London Detective Mysteria. I think, Eric, you've been playing that game, haven't you?
Yeah.
Digital 92-page art book, which that's pretty sizable. I like that. That's
Although
really
you
cool.
could tell how old the game is because it was a PlayStation portable game in Japan.
Oof. Yeah. All right, Eric. Next story, please.
Next story is that Majin Tensei is now finally fully fan translated. It's the first Majin Tensei, which is basically a top-down strategy RPG spin-off of the Mega 10 games.
Yeah. No, this is a big deal, man. I'm glad somebody finally translated.
So do you star as Goku and then you beat Majin Buu at the end?
No. This is Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah, Shin Megami Tensei, man. Yeah, this is kind of a precursor.
You sure Kid Buu doesn't show up in this?
God damn it, you guys and your fucking Dragon Ball knowledge, it astounds me, man. Yeah, so that's cool, man. That's actually a big deal. That somebody translated this game, so I'm glad somebody did. But
See, now I really want a dungeon crawler where I get to play as Goku, just like going through the dungeon, blasting everything. Like, yeah, baby.
like killing everything inside, being overpowered. Yeah, there you go.
Pretty much. It'd be pretty awesome.
They had that on GBA. Those weren't very good though.
I know. I want a good version.
I mean, they were better than the first game, but like they're still not that great.
Yeah.
The second one played actual sound clips or music clips from the series, which was nice. But that was it.
From the
that was
dub
the only,
version of the series.
or from the dub version. But that was the only good thing about it.
Yeah.
That's the only redeeming quality I can think of any of those games.
All right, Breakman, this is perfect story for you.
Oh, I know. Coming to us live from Silicon Era. Katsuki no Kiseki Mobile headed to Switch in Japan in summer 2019. Falcom's The Legend of Heroes online spin-off, Akatsuki no Kiseki.
You actually
Trails of
pronounced
Dawn.
it right.
Yeah, holy
It's
shit.
available in Japan for PS4, PS Vita, and PC. Thank you. And Switch is getting a port of the smartphone version. Why do I have to repeat the name of the game again? There hasn't been any details on what's new for the upcoming Switch version, but the mobile game's developer UserJoy announced, I like the name, announced that it would be headed to Nintendo Switch in the summer in Japan.
Yeah.
The mobile game is a port of Legends of Heroes, Akatsuki no Kiseki, which was originally made as a Kiseki series 10th anniversary online project, featuring an original protagonist with guests from the series that show up for completely new stories.
It's
The
a
game
mobile
offers various
gothic game.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's available now in Japan on the Android and iOS. So there you go.
Dungeon says Dragon Ball Project Z is on its way for Breakman. So there you go, Breakman.
Well, I don't know if it is dungeon crawling, but it's definitely an action RPG.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next story from Silicon Era. New Aleste title by M2 announced as Aleste. Sorry, guys. I hate that, getting a call right in the middle when I'm doing a damn story.
It's a telethon.
Jesus Christ, man. Aleste title by M2 announced as Aleste Branch. So let's see. It was announced in November 2018, and there's some artwork. While not many details were given, Famitsu notes that Aleste Branch will be a game that lives up to its title, so the game will likely focus on branching routes and stages. Artist Eiji Komatsu, whom you may know from games like Key Kinetics novel Planetarium or anime like Golden Time. You ever heard of that, Eric? Golden Time?
Yeah.
Right.
But like we're talking about like Dragon Ball Z Kakarot here, and since this game's called Kakarot, we should be calling him Kakarot. But the weird thing is, you can also play as other characters now.
Oh man, they're having fun in chat with my phone call. Dungeon says it's a robocall, run away. I really should. And then Slagar says, "Hello, Frank phone."
But
sucks."
I played Super LS. That's a fun shmup.
Yeah. So that's cool, man. Maybe this will be
Go
cool.
ahead, Frank. Say what you're about to say.
I wasn't gonna say shit, man. I was just saying.
No, repeat what he said in chat.
Slagar says, "Hello, Frank phone sex." Oh, brother. All right, Eric. Let's just end this fucking news, man. Come on, one more story.
Okay. The last story is that Yokai Watch is coming to the Switch because presumably, I'm guessing the mobile version didn't pan out. But instead of just scrapping the entire project, they decided to salvage it by porting it to the Switch instead.
Yeah, probably. Looks like Angel of Light's in chat, Commander Roots in chat. Welcome on in, fellas or ladies. I don't know.
But it's launching the day that Nintendo Switch Lite comes out.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, obviously that's because reasons, but it'll be interesting to see how that game does in Japan. And, so there you go. All right, that's the news, gentlemen and gentlewomen. Man, we got through that news really, really quick. No real homie discounts this week, so I'm not going to go through any of that stuff. Let me move my sound bites over a little bit here so that way I can... no homie discounts this week, but we do have... All right, it's time for Dear Breakman.
Okay, let me see here. I'm trying to find where that one tweet was that I really wanted to say, but we couldn't do it last week. So I'm going far back. That's why. Okay, here it is. This comes from Freak 5 Chaos, and it's about our favorite news story. I should say new. It's been a few weeks now, but anyway, he says the work wanker was back at work today. I found out that he had gotten a 3-day suspension. Yeah, we could talk about rape last week, but we couldn't really talk about masturbation, especially masturbating at work. Because I don't like. Because then. Like, I explain to the kid, like, wait, why is he doing it at work? I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. No clue.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's see here. Moving ahead, and there's a lot. Dear Breakman, this comes from Glitterina723. What part of the day do you prefer, morning, noon, or night?
Ooh, this is a good one. Eric, what do you prefer?
I was reading something, so I missed what you said.
Morning, noon, or night, man?
Which do you prefer?
For what?
Just
the
in
day,
general.
time of day?
Yeah.
Morning.
Wow. Okay, that's surprising. What about you, Break?
Noon.
Noon.
I like the middle of the day. I don't know.
It's cooler in the morning though, so
Yeah.
I like that.
I like nighttime, man. I'm a fucking night owl. I will stay up as late as human possibly, except when I'm sick. Like lately, like this week, I've had like a cold, which is why my voice is all fucked up. And before Freak 5 says it, you're exiled, you son of a bitch. Yes, my voice is always fucked up. But yeah, I prefer night. I'm a night owl, so that's my preference. Freak 5 says the work wanker. Speaking of the work wanker was on nights again this week, but he is days next week. I'm waiting to see if he returns to his previous antics. And then Slagar says for work wanking. Yes, we. You weren't here last week, Slagar, or the week before, because last week was G-rated. But yeah, the work wanker is back in full effect apparently after a suspension. So we'll get an update, I'm sure, from Freak 5 soon. All right, what else we got?
Okay, this one I'm kind of confused because I can't find what she means, but this comes from Bernie. She says keeping up with the flying jizz, which I didn't. When did we talk about flying jizz last
I think
week?
she's talking about the work wanker. That's what she's talking about.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah,
they said
yeah.
this was from the. Okay, fine. I get it now. What would you guys do if jizz landed by your mouth? What would you do? 1, wow, I get options here. 1, wipe it off nonchalantly. 2, freak out.
Yeah.
Wash your face, rewash, and disinfect. or the third option is to taste it.
Ooh.
I think I need some clarification on this. Like,
What-
this is like so she jizzes on my face. Like,
No, this
she
is-
squirts on my face, or like I squirt on my own face,
think
or some other guy squirts on my face.
Like you're doing a threesome or something.
Yeah, like I think
Wow.
I need some clarification.
Okay.
Jizz on my glasses.
Like, I think that's a party foul right
Okay.
there, though. It's like if you're having a threesome and a guy comes on your face, like, what the fuck, man?
That is a party foul, man. That'd be like, get that shit out of here, man. What the hell's wrong with you?
Like, I think we'd agreed to no bisexual stuff beforehand, man. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Okay.
this is a direct violation.
Let's get some clarification because I actually have Bernie in the room as we speak. So let's get some clarification. Bernie, what we need clarification on this.
I don't know. Like, guys are weird. Maybe sometimes they jizz and it flies and hits them in the face. I don't know.
Okay, let's go with that. let's go with that.
Oh, holy shit! Shoot yourself in the face, huh?
It was
Okay.
a win.
Yeah, you're shooting yourself in the face with your own
I think I'd
masculinity.
nonchalant. It's fine. I don't care as much as if it was the other guy, where that would just disrupt the flow and everything would have been rolling. Like, god damn it, dude. Like,
What about you, Eric? What would you do, man?
I kind of want to abstain. That's a free question.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna freak out, and because the thought of like that in my mouth is just gross as a heterosexual man. Like
but it's on your face. Like, it doesn't.
Yeah.
She didn't say it like landed on your lips. Like, that's like okay. Like,
yeah, I
was thinking like lands on your cheek. Like, is what I was kind of taking it.
yeah.
Or it lands in the eye. Like, I'm blind.
Or if like the girl accidentally like has some on her hand and like she touches your face, so you get it on there. Like it was an oopsie or something. I don't know.
What is she?
Honestly, though, if that
Blinded, you
happened to
have
me, I
explain
would
to the
just
doctor how you got blinded.
I'd just wipe it off.
I think I know where this question stems
I
from,
wouldn't
and
complain and freak out.
I don't know if I want to get into it.
So you decide to give one? Yeah, okay, cool.
No,
I was
okay.
talking about Eric. He said he was passing, but he gave an answer. Okay.
Okay. I mean, it's all natural and all that type of stuff, and you really shouldn't freak out of, like, even if you are having a threesome, let's say you are, like, two guys banging a chick or something. I mean, you really shouldn't freak out, but, I mean, honestly, like...
Well, if you're banging, like, two other guys, then you really shouldn't freak out. Right?
No, I'm talking about, like, two dudes banging a chick or something.
Oh,
man,
yeah.
You know? Slakar says, quote, accidentally. Oh, I think we answered that as well as we're going to answer it, man. I'm not going to get into details. I know where that question's coming from. I ain't even going to get into it. What do we got else, Break? That's it. Okay. Well, then let's move on.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Inquiring minds want to know what you've been playing, Breakman.
I haven't had a lot of time, just mostly the mobile games I talked about earlier. But South Park had a big update this week.
Ooh.
They've been teasing it for a while, and there's going to be an update. There's going to be an update, and there's going to be a new class. I mean, duh, we all knew it was going to be superheroes because what else was it going to be?
Yeah.
But still, they added a new class. And there's a bunch of new cards, and there's some new gameplay elements, and a bunch of new sound bites, which I always enjoy.
Yeah, that's really
like
cool.
New insults from Merrick Cartman.
It's all that matters, man. The insults is what matters. That game seems to be always like doing stuff, so that's really cool for the people that play that South Park Phone Destroyer game. So that's really good.
Well, not to discount Final Fantasy because they're always updating too. I mean, they've really added like a genuine story to the game, which is incredible because that was one of the things I dissed it for mostly at the beginning is like it really didn't have a story.
Yeah, that's always nice. That's nice when they, Freak 5 says Bernie wants a threesome. Get out of here, Freak 5. No, you're not invited. You're not invited.
No, I don't. I got enough man with Frank.
I don't think he invited himself.
Yeah, I know the way Freak 5 thinks, Breakman. Don't sell him short. I know how he's thinking. He wants to get in there.
He's listening to us while Ubering. That's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. All right. Okay. Thanks, Slagar. Appreciate that. Thanks. Yeah. No, really appreciate that, Slagar. See you on the next stop, I guess. But yeah. So anyways, Eric, what have you been playing?
I played some more Orlando Detective Mysteria. I got through the first route. I'm on my second, so it's going a little bit faster. And The Legend of Heroes Trails of Azure I played for a little bit this weekend and a little bit over the week, but I didn't get much time to play as I wanted to, or anything else for that matter, because I've been running around or I've just been too tired because it's been really hot and I've been exhausted pretty much every day.
It's kind of the same thing here, man.
And I was sick on Tuesday because my stomach was just acting up.
Yeah, I've been pretty sick here myself. I haven't played much at all, man. I beat Sultan Sanctuary, and I got a review of that for the Switch. Yeah, cool, man.
I've been playing through it on the on the PlayStation 4 because I want to get the trophies.
Yeah.
Where's the review at?
Where's the review? Like, which website are you talking about?
I didn't write the review. I'm doing it on the show here.
Yeah, he's going to do it in just a second.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. My bad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Freak 5 says, Bernie, you should snowball Frank. Funny thing, Freak 5. Yeah, no, that's not happening. Dungeon says, been playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 because of course you have, Dungeon. Because of course you have. Son of a bitch always plays the fucking latest, greatest games, man. I wished I had money like Dungeon, man. I would play a lot more, I think.
Your problem, Frank, is you're always the hooker, where Dungeon Buster is always the pimp.
Yeah.
I could have bought that
always
game.
makes the most money. Just saying.
I could have bought that game, but instead I went to get Let's Go Eevee because it was on sale for $36.80 at Walmart.
Oh, Dungeon says he has a rental place that's on top of everything.
That's my movie discount for the week.
There you go. I've been playing. Actually, oddly, I played a little bit of Battlefield 1 on the PS4. It's a fine game. It's just a by the numbers shooter, and I guess that's okay. I mean, I have the Battlefield games. I might as well play them. After the Battlefield games and Bloodborne, I played a tiny bit of Bloodborne. I started that over again because I think there's a trophy if you beat that first.
Wait, so you played Bloodborne and Battlefield, so you played more Bloodborne?
No, I played more Battlefield than Bloodborne, man, and I really should play Bloodborne.
I have Battlefield on my hard drive because one of the kids that comes to this house sometimes likes Battlefield.
Yeah.
So all the achievements for Battlefield are not mine. He earned them all. I'm being upfront with everybody. So
Yeah.
I have never touched it.
Yeah,
I've watched
Battlefield's
it, but it look as Frank said, like it's kind of by the numbers. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah,
So
it's fun. It's fun. It's not. I mean, it's nothing to write home about. I mean, it's got a little different concept at the beginning. You're playing as different people. Like you.
Wait.
I haven't seen the multiplayer though. I would.
Where is Dungeon Buster renting games from?
I think he has a place like a mom and pop shop that he plays.
It's like usually like the only place I can go to rent games other than GameFly is, which I haven't used in years, is a Family Video.
Yeah, he probably has a mom and pop.
Redbox doesn't have Switch's games yet.
Yeah,
or at least not widespread.
Yeah.
Doesn't the library rent games too?
Yeah,
I don't think the newest and best. So.
Yeah, they're not the newest.
No, you'd be surprised.
Not that I was saying Dungeon Buster's renting from the library.
But like when it comes to library games, libraries having recent games, it's probably like more of a case like a month or two out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for good reason.
But like my library sucks, and they don't carry games yet.
Mine carries them, but I don't. I'm not a big.
Wait, you've been to libraries recently? Oh, you guys haven't heard of Google, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. I played, like I said, a little bit of Bloodborne. I heard that there was like, I should just look it up because I'm sick of like restarting this game because I always think that there's like a trophy for beating the first beast, but that fucking there isn't. Okay, then fuck it. I'm not gonna start that game over again, man. I tried to beat it.
So that you were gonna start a whole game over just to get a
It's just a common enemy you'll fight like only minutes later, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's just the first beast.
Oh, it's just the first enemy. Okay, I forget.
And you can kill him pretty easily. Actually, you just gotta not get hit.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. I mean, I get hit once and I'm fucking dead by that damn thing.
No, baiting him is actually easy because like as soon as he starts swiping, then you could just quick step out of the way.
Give it a hug, Dungeon says. Yeah, that's not happening for me, Eric. I'm
trying to fight him without a weapon though is difficult. You can kill him on a New Game Plus relatively easily.
Yeah, well, I'm trying it just from scratch with no weapon, and it's like every time
like punching him.
Yes,
I punched him to death once. It was fun.
How dare you, Eric? Yeah, I've tried that.
That reminds me of like playing old King's Quest games. Just if you want to be like, I can do this. Like I can be a hard ass.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Your sword and then immediately get killed. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to just. You do get an achievement. Dungeon says so. There you go.
No, you don't.
That's what he said. I believe Dungeon, man.
That's why it's a secret achievement because it's not an actual achievement.
Oh well, I want bragging rights, Dungeon. I want to be able to say I beat that motherfucker with my bare hands on a fucking Bloodborne game, a Souls game.
It's weird because when you two-hand unarmed, you look like you're carrying an axe, but you just hit people over top of the head. It's overhead smash.
Yeah, I don't know.
Those games were completely unforgiving, but I really liked them.
Yeah, well, try Bloodborne without a fucking weapon and get back with me, Breakman. I like it, man. I like Bloodborne quite a bit, man. Frank wants to hug it. Are you gonna hug it
with your fist?
You goddamn right, I do, man. I want to beat that motherfucker. Like I had half of the health down, which is a huge accomplishment.
Well, I think even after he kills you and you get your first stroke weapon, you can still try to kill him.
Oh my god, Eric, leave me alone. Just quit trolling me, man. Just quit trolling me.
Because he's still there.
Yeah, I know he's still there. God damn it, I know
it's the only werewolf in the game that doesn't respawn.
Yeah, well, I just want to do it from like the start. Like when you wake up, you go out and you're just a total badass by beating that motherfucker with your bare hands. That's what I want to do, man. And I had him halfway.
Are you gonna save and quit at that point? Like I'm champion.
Well, you
I've
just
done
have to
what I
start
need to do.
over. You just,
No,
yeah.
Well, no, save and quit and just move. Like I'm done with
I
this
should.
game. I've accomplished my goal.
I should.
Win.
I really should, because it would be like the biggest accomplishment known to mankind if I did that, man.
Well,
Like,
you could always play the game and then start a new file up and try to do it then.
that's what I'm trying to do, Eric. Like I keep retrying it, man.
No, just... Oh, I thought you said you just haven't started the game because you keep retrying it.
No, that's what I'm doing. I'm retrying until I beat the motherfucker. Once I beat him, then I'll be good. I could play the rest of the game, no problem. But it's just something in my mind that says, man, if you don't go back and do that, like you're going to think about that the entire fucking time. Like it's like an OCD thing, man. Dungeon says, once it's killed, Frank is going to do the champion strut around the block. You're goddamn right, Dungeon. I'm going to be like, fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
Then-
You're gonna run around with a big boombox playing the Rocky theme while you're doing it. Like yeah.
It's too bad.
Yeah, exactly. That's you know what? You're exactly
It's
right.
too bad Bloodborne doesn't have a pugilist run where people just fight with their fists the entire time.
There is, man. I've seen these motherfuckers do it. Like they beat the whole fucking game with just.
Okay, so there is. So I can look on YouTube. Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, this would be me, man. I'd just be like playing the game and like if I did that, man.
So I don't think your fists scale in that game at all. So
Yeah. This would totally be me, man. Like I would totally do that. Like running around like fuck yeah, I did it. I'll keep you guys updated. If I fucking do it, man, I'm playing this on next week's show. This will be the intro for next week's show. Even if it gets flagged, I don't give a fuck, man. All right, so let's move on, guys. We gotta move on here.
I think that's something more Souls can like stand to do. Just like do like making fist builds, like not just people attempting to fight without weapons, like actually giving you skills related to not fighting with weapons.
Dungeon's classic, man. He says, "Mickey loves you, Frank." Yeah, I love that son of a bitch too. Yo, Adrian. I'll do that all next week, man. If I do it this week, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna watch. You guys think I'm fucking joking, man? All right, let's do the reviews, Eric. You're the only one that has reviews this week. Although
Toy Story 4 or The Search for More Money.
Yeah, but I heard it was good, man.
It's not a bad. Well, they're not gonna make a bad movie. They're just gonna make unnecessary sequels. That's what happens with Toy Story.
Yeah, I think.
But
this is
I don't know. This one feels like it's the last one though. Yeah. But they realize they probably can't get away with doing a sequel again.
Well, I'm sure they could, like a direct-to-video fucking.
No, they'll do spin-off movies instead of like the other characters, but they won't like Woody's journey's over.
Yeah.
But anyways, the plot isn't that much different from Toy Stories 1 and 2 because it's about rescuing a toy. The first movie, it was Buzz rescuing him from himself and his delusions because I think the conceit of the first movie was that he was a mass marketed toy and he probably heard the advertisements of himself on TV and he believed who he was that person. But it's about how Bonnie goes the first day of kindergarten orientation and is having anxiety, so she decides to make a toy to feel secure. And this toy is made out of junk, basically, and they call it Forky, even though it's a spork. Mm-hmm. And then he's also dealing with the fact that he's going through abandonment issues because Bonnie doesn't seem to care about him as a toy anymore. She's not really playing with him. And stuff happens and the movie ends.
Yeah. Don't spoil.
Without spoiling it, other than what I've just mentioned. But it's okay. And the other characters are kind of sidelined, and like Buzz kind of feels like he's regressed as a character, but I guess that's kind of acceptable because one, Tim Allen sucks. Two, he doesn't have much of a role in the movie to begin with, so them dealing with the way they did, I don't really care either way. But other people might. But I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
Well, all right, that's a good score, man. I heard good things about it. I wanted to go see it. I didn't get a chance to. I saw 4 other movies when I went to the movies, and you run out of time when you see 4 movies at the theater all in one day. All right, so let's go on to your next review, Eric.
Salt and Sanctuary, which is a game made by Ska Studios. And I think it's the only game made by Sky Studios that you can actually still buy on the Xbox Live, because this game came out to other platforms, and the other ones were made with XNA, and XNA was shut down, so you can't buy those games anymore.
Yeah.
But the other ones were Dishwasher Samurai, Dishwasher Samurai 2, Vampire Smile, and Charlie Murder. But I'm sure. I remember Vampire Smile getting I guess a ripped. Somebody made a ripped version of it and then put it online, and the creator had a big stink about it, and because he didn't want that happening, even if he had no plans to do it. But this game is a Metroidvania, but it's also very much structured after the Dark Souls formula.
Yeah, it's so good though. I played the shit out of that game until I got to that fucking bone boss.
Don't you mean the tree?
Yeah, the tree bone whatever fucking boss. God, I hate that boss. Yeah.
Anyways, like Dark Souls, there are multiple different builds you can go through, and when you gain a level, you don't really put points into different stats, and or additional, since you don't collect S's in this game, you can just go through a certain path on the skill tree, and then you can unlock more Estus Flask type of stuff. But so that's kind of nice. But the tree itself, the skill tree itself is set up like Final Fantasy X. So it's kind of annoying because it recenters you back at the beginning every time rather than the last place you looked at.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like when you break when you go through the second time, and you basically reset that sphere. You start from the middle instead,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it sucks.
Like the two things I didn't care for in the game are the fact that there's no respec option, other than using gray pearls to delete a node that you might have mistakenly added to, and you'll get your black pearls back so you can spend it on something else. But other than that, there's no way to respec. And the other problem is that the game doesn't have a map system, which would be useful in a Metroidvania, unlike Dark Souls. Dark Souls could get away with it because it was built and developed in a 3D space, and they have very specific geometry that you can use to as landmarks to know where you're going. Yeah. And in this game, there's lots of places that look similar to each other.
Yeah,
and it's dark as hell.
Yeah, it is dark, but you kind of get used to what area is what after a while. But I agree with you; it could definitely benefit from a map system for sure. What are you giving Salt and Sanctuary, Eric?
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a 9.
Yeah, it's a really good fucking game. I would probably agree with you, although I haven't beat the game, but I did get fairly far in it. But it's a really good game, real good Metroidvania, Dark Souls for sure, man. It's very, very difficult. You have to level up.
I'm looking forward to Dark Devotion. I hope it's every bit as good as this, if not better.
Is that a sequel or is that just from the same?
No, it's just a game.
Okay, all right. That was our.
But it's a 2D Dark Souls but it's gotta be better than Death's Gambit, which I heard is okay, but I want more than okay.
Yeah, of course. We always want more than okay. All right, let's move on to. We haven't done this in a while. Highscapade. All right, Eric, you got a highscapade this week. I don't know if you have one, Break, but I know Eric does. So go ahead, Eric.
I saw this on Twitter, and CNN posted the CNN's Twitter posted this, but it was about Elon Musk, and here's the headline: Elon Musk is making implants to link the brain with a smartphone. What the fuck are you doing, Elon Musk?
Yeah. Kind of dystopian.
London Business, CNN Business. Elon Musk would insert Bluetooth-enabled implants into your brain, claiming the devices could enable telepathy and repair motor function in people with injuries. Okay, telepathy. Okay, yeah, no.
Let me say something. If this was being in the hands of, say, somebody like Bill Gates, who has vision and maybe would work towards that, I'd be a little interested. Elon Musk is basically the Peter Molyneux of science.
He's also a rich white asshole who doesn't pay his workers.
Well, yeah, that. But he also has all these like big plans, but he never follows through on any of them.
Yeah.
So he's gonna put these implants in people's heads and fry their brains and shit.
That's not true, Break. I mean, SpaceX stuff's happening there. So
there are some things. I mean, he's a billionaire. Like there are some things, but he
and Tesla. So that's another one.
Tesla's just another car. That's not anything super special, and whatever. But I agree with Breakman. Like, this guy is not a visionary. He's not. And the SpaceX program, what the fuck are they even doing there? That's simply for exploitation. Like to take people to space. Big fucking wow. People have been thinking about that for years and years, man. Like, that's not even. He's not a visionary.
I like that goal, though. I want us to start going back to the days of NASA where we're trying to explore space,
Yeah, but this is
basically, instead of we hit the moon and then we kind of stopped. Like, let's just send satellites out.
Blame Reagan and his successors for that.
No, here's the thing about Elon Musk. It's all it is a big money grab for you. You think he's doing all this just to explore space? No. He's.
But I don't think people mind him doing SpaceX as long as it gives NASA results.
Yeah, whatever. This guy is. I mean, it's all about money for Elon Musk. He's worthless. He's not a visionary. He's just a dick, like you said, with a bunch of fucking money. That's all he is, man. Continue on. Anything else we need to know about this other than it's a fucking stupid fucking idea?
The telepathy thing. No.
I mean, this is hilarious that this guy would think of this. Like, it's just the only thing that worries me is, like I said, he's gonna try and put this in people's heads, and we're just never gonna hear about what happened to those people.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, we might.
Like, he's gonna put it in, and somebody's like balls are gonna explode or something. It's gonna be the worst.
They're gonna get
ever.
like ball cancer or some bullshit.
Here's the link for people who might want to see it.
Yeah. So, all right, let's move on.
What is it?
Stinko of the week.
All right, this is everybody's favorite segment of the show, at least what I've been told. Stinkos of the week. Let's start with you, Breakman. What you got?
I think we should start with you, Frank, because I think we know your.
Okay.
Stinko that we all have.
Okay, I've got multiple, and Break or Eric, you feel free to jump in anytime on any one of these.
Because I have two Stinkos, and one of them, the other one relates completely to the big overall Stinko. So.
Yeah. Freak5 says they will get porn beamed directly to their minds. Now, if that was one of the things that they could do with that, then sweet.
Perfect. You guys hold on for a moment here. I gotta...
How dare you? Gross, Freak man. All right, here's my Stinkos, guys. I'm going to do these as quick as I can, but I want to take at least a little bit of time with each. My first was... I went to a ball game against the Cincinnati Reds with the Rockies, and of course the Rockies won because they're the bomb.
That was a great game, though.
It was a great game, man. I don't know if you watched it, but being there was.
I listened to most of it because I was doing stuff, but I watched it in parts.
It was a great game,
but I
man.
didn't miss any of the games.
No, you know what was great about it? Like the Rockies would be up like 5-0, and then the Reds would score 4 runs, and then it was like a back and forth battle all the way through, man. 9 innings of fucking wicked, just awesome baseball. It was a perfect day outside. It was a little warm, but then after the first inning, like the clouds came, and it was perfect. But my big issue with the game, all right, when I go to a game, Breakman, I pay. I mean, in this case, I didn't pay money because I won tickets, right? And they were great seats. They were center field. I mean, they were bleacher seating, but it was fun. It was center field. You could see everything. But my big problem was the idiots in front of us who didn't have tickets for those seats, and I know they didn't. But That's not my problem, because people change seats all the time, especially if you're in the bleachers. I mean, who gives a fuck? And, if you find a seat, just sit there and have fun. Unless
Yeah, like I'll do that a little bit, but like when you do it and there's people you're blocking,
well, yeah,
that's just rude.
Yeah,
like,
but
I'll do it if like there's the section in front of me is completely open.
yeah,
And I'm not interrupting anybody who paid for their seats.
Right. But these
But what they're doing is dick.
Coors Field is a place where no matter where you sit, you're not going to be obstructed. It's weird. It is one of the few stadiums I've ever been in where if you sit down, you're not going to be obstructed by anything, Breakman. Trust me on this. A tall guy can sit right in front of you. I mean, they designed that stadium like almost to perfection. It's a perfect. If you ever come to Denver, man, we got to go to a game because it is.
Absolutely.
It's awesome. But anyways,
Yeah, have to come in the summertime.
Yeah, for sure. But my problem was that these idiots did nothing but fucking talk. They were sitting. The game was exciting. I could see if it was one of those snooze fest 10-0.
If you wanted to do that, then why didn't they just go home and watch it on TV?
Bernie and I were talking through. We were saying like these motherfuckers. Why did they even come? Why did they even come to the game? Stay home.
It's not exactly easy to hear somebody in a stadium.
No, it was weird, man. Like they're sitting there the entire time talking about which bar they went to, and it was social fucking hour. And I'm like, go fucking home and talk about that shit. Don't fucking come to the ballpark and not watch the fucking game, which is what everybody else is here for. It's so dumb. Free Five says Frank didn't pay for tickets because he climbed the fence. He's been offering lessons to refugees in case Trump's wall ever gets built. How dare you, Freak Five? But that's not far from the truth. For what I do, man, I'll pay for a movie and I'll sneak into other movies. I'm not gonna lie, man. But I won tickets for this fucking game. Random drawing. But anyways, I just think that if you pay for a ticket, or whether you pay for a ticket or not, like, have courtesy. Watch the fucking game, or go onto the concourse where everybody's doing something other than watching the game. Don't sit in the fucking seat and not watch the. For one, if a baseball gets hit, which I've been to baseball games where balls have been hit like in my general direction, like you have to be cognizant, like. You could get hit by a fucking...
Yeah, I know, but I think they should extend the netting.
I agree.
But where you were, like, there's not going to be netting. So
no, there isn't. So you have to be like fucking, you have to be alert, And these guys are just idiots talking the whole fucking game, and kind of it didn't ruin it for us because we were having a good time regardless. We drank beer, we ate, it was fun, But I don't know. It was I just made the observation that these guys shouldn't have even been there. Like, if you want to do that, just go home and watch the game on TV and talk and have chips and dip and whatever. But anyways, so let me get to another. I'm going to do these out of order kind of because I want to get to the big one. Eric Garner's murderer will not face charges. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody here on the show.
Unfortunately, it isn't.
But it does worth mentioning because I don't think cops should get away with it just because they have a fucking badge. I got into it with somebody on Twitter because they were saying that he shouldn't have resisted and all this. I'm like, did you not fucking watch the goddamn video? Either you didn't watch the video or you don't give a fuck about black people. Just say it. Just fucking say that you're a bigot and move the fuck on. All right, which brings me.
Why is it so hard for them to admit?
I don't know, man. Which brings me to my next fucking stinko. Trump had a fucking rally in North Carolina, and it really, I guess it doesn't surprise me.
We should probably start with what he did first in the first fucking place, which was tell women to go back to their country.
Yeah, that's what
he told American women to go back to their country, and then in the North Carolina rally where he basically, you can see where he's spreading it out to his sheep.
Here's the thing, though. He
Go
attacked.
ahead.
No, that's okay. He attacked 4 people of Congress, right? 3 of the 4 were fucking born in this country, right? And then somebody told somebody.
One of them was born in Cincinnati, Ohio, in fact, where I was born and currently live in love.
Ayanna Presley. Yeah.
Yes.
The other one.
I don't honestly know about her, and and I've said many times I hate most politicians and stuff like that. Just don't trust them. But this isn't about politics.
No, but
or difference of agreement.
Right.
This was blatant racism.
It totally was, and I'll tell you why. All right, one of them was born in Cincinnati, as Breakman says. That's Ayanna Presley, a black woman. Okay, black woman. Next one.
I was taught as a child that you don't tell a black person to go back to Africa. Like, that's one of the most offensive things you can tell them.
Exactly.
Tell somebody. I mean, I don't mean to say like them. That's not
right. I know what you're saying.
Like to tell a black person. I mean, obviously, people. I mean, there are.
Right. So let me move on here.
Living in this country.
Right.
Their parents grew up here. Their grandparents grew up here. Their great grandparents grew up here. And you're saying that go back to your ancestral home. You're basing everything on their race. Right,
which basically, if he could say that about almost anybody in this country. As a matter of fact, Trump's mom was born in Scotland, so should Trump go back to Scotland? I wish.
Wasn't his wife
his wife
somewhere not in America?
Yeah, his wife was not born here.
And hasn't she been an American citizen a lot less years than Talib?
Yeah. Well, no, then Omar.
No, Talib's been an American citizen longer than
Talib was born here. Talib was born here. Omar is the one that you're talking about.
I'm sorry. She was like immigrating when she was like 12 or something like that. She's been an American citizen for approximately 20 years.
Yep.
Melania, it's like 10, I think.
Yeah. So let's go through them here. Talib was born in Detroit. She's a Muslim woman. All right. So there's going to be a theme that I have here. Breakman. Ocasio-Cortez was born in the Bronx. Her mom was born in Puerto Rico. And and I got into it with somebody on Twitter. Well, yeah, see? She was born in Puerto Rico. Yeah, you know what? Puerto Rico's fucking part of the United States, you fucking moron. So, all in all, he made these statements. Ilhan Omar was born in Somalia, as Breakman just said, and she came here when she was fucking 10 years old. And she's a naturalized fucking citizen.
Here when she was 10 years. Well, it was like 10 years old. I thought it was like 12.
Yeah, no,
I'm not.
No, that's okay.
I've never been very good with details.
No, it's okay. You're fine. So 3 out of the 4.
It's the little details that trip me out.
Let me get something straight. All 4 of these women are American fucking citizens, and this motherfucker is telling them to go back to their country. He's a fucking moron. All right? And you know who's even worse? His fucking bigoted supporters. And at this point, anybody who supports fucking Trump is a fucking bigot themselves. All right? I don't want any more fucking excuses. All right? I heard these people in fucking North Carolina. If you support Donald Trump, you are a fucking bigot. If you voted for him and you don't denounce that type of fucking talk right now, you're a fucking bigot. No more fucking nonsense. My gloves are fucking off. Which brings me to my final fucking.
And let me say something too. Is like Trump supporters don't seem to understand that they are a growing minority. Like their group is shrinking right now.
Yes.
The Republican support for Donald Trump is growing, but support from everyone else is shrinking.
Yes, exactly right. Independents do not support.
They're alienating themselves.
Yeah. That brings me to my last fucking stinko. Bigots on Twitter. I'm taking my gloves off, and I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm gonna call you out for what you are. I saw some bullshit going on with
what I started this week.
Yep, I saw some bullshit going on with you, Breakman, and I've known you for fucking years. I've known Eric for fucking years, and anytime somebody fucking gets on either of your cases, I'm gonna call people out for what they fucking are. They're fucking bigots. So this dude, I don't even know how the fuck it got started, but it fucking roiled me. Breakman, maybe you can shed some light on it. But he was on your ass.
This is actually my sweeto because I've been having so much fun.
I've been having fun too because I've been calling bigots for what they are, fucking bigots. I'm not even gonna.
But with this guy especially, like he is the gold mine. Like he is the ultimate Trump troll.
Yeah.
Like because he's not letting it go. Like he keeps and I keep getting like tweet after tweet. I seriously in 2 days I got almost 40 tweets from him.
Yeah, I know. This dude I think he's just one of those, like, not bots, but, you know, one of those paid, like, kind of shills for fucking Trump, man. Like,
no, like, I've been reading his tweets and stuff like that. I don't think he's a paid shill for anything. Like, he really believes what he says.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like, he questioned my intelligence.
Yeah, that's what I think got me involved.
Since this is part of my... that was one of the things.
Says the
like,
guy
I
who can't
loved.
spell properly or use
Yeah,
punctuation.
exactly.
Well, let me finish. He
Yeah.
questioned my intelligence by misspelling the word intelligence.
Yeah, and didn't I call him out on that break? And I put
I
something
called
like
him out on that. Like I that was one of the things I love. Like,
yeah,
I've seriously.
Unless it's phone thumb, like those were just not spelled right.
yeah.
Well, he's been like, well, I'm dyslexic. You're making fun of dyslexic people. I'm like, even if you're dyslexic, phones have autocorrect and spell
Right.
check. Like, there is no excuse.
Right, and
Like,
not only that,
like that's a weak ass excuse. And I didn't get really into it, but there are plenty of people with dyslexia who are smart,
right,
hardworking, accomplished people.
right.
Still a piece of shit.
And that's not an excuse. I'm saying that's
Yeah.
not an excuse for like I got dyslexia, so I can't do it. No, people with dyslexia, there are a lot of hardworking, smart, well-written
Yeah,
people with dyslexia.
absolutely.
So it's bullshit for him to pull that excuse as one of his excuses, but he's repeated himself in most tweets that he sent me.
Yeah.
Just asking the same things over and over again. Because at first I was just starting shit with him because he was one of these dumb Trump supporters who called somebody. He said, "You're an idiot,"
Yeah, that's what he
I
did that
don't
I got
engage.
involved. He was like calling you out for your intelligence, and he put like your YOUR, and I'm like,
You need to
dude.
go back to school.
That's how it started. Basically, it's like he was calling somebody else out and he spelled your,
Right.
you, or he spelled it YOUR. Okay,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
You are an idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
Corrected him.
I did correct him, and then he
Yeah.
started he's with some more Trump shit, and I just started calling him bigot, because he's a bigot, and I'm not.
Well, I started that early. Like I started with attacking him on a lot of stuff because he immediately because I said Trump is a bigot,
Yes.
and he's a racist. What did he say that's racist? Is basically this guy's argument. His entire basically, from what I understand, his argument comes down to Trump didn't say the N word, so it's not.
Get the fuck.
I'm assuming it's based on race.
Dog whistles.
So I'm the bigot.
Yeah,
is his entire argument.
Yeah, dog
Like,
whistles.
Even
Yeah, he doesn't understand the concept of dog whistling, obviously. So fuck
well,
him.
no, he does. He does.
Yeah, he does.
But he's just using it, they just people like the Trump supporters and a lot of conservatives they deny the existence. Like that's not racist.
Right.
But like what Trump said, go back to your country, is absolutely racist, and he doubled down on it when his crowd of people did it, and he sat back and smirked.
Didn't do nothing.
Which he lied about. Now he's gone back on that. Now he's defending those people, of course.
You know what? The funny thing is he said that I quickly said something. He said, like you said, he sat back there and fucking smirked at it. He's a fucking white supremacist, piece of shit bigot, and anybody that supports that piece of shit bigot is a bigot themselves. I don't give a fuck anymore.
You should have just not engaged.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was fun.
That's the thing is once Trump said something racist, I've been going through Twitter and I'm looking and most people agree, but there's always these assholes that'll come in there and attack the people that agree.
Yeah.
So those are the people that I've been attacking.
Yeah.
And this guy's been a gold mine. Most of these guys are really weak, and then their
Right.
insults are like, "Oh, you work at Burger King" and stuff like that. Like
stupid
well,
shit.
If you were a
no, I
hacker, you
don't.
should have.
Yeah.
You should have hacked his computer to dump a milkshake on his avatar or something.
Oh my god, that'd be so good. Freak Five says, "I will go on record and say
That's that's what needs to be done to them. They need to learn what humiliation is.
they have no humility to humiliate Eric, so it probably wouldn't work." Freak Five, I basically de-pants that dude in front of everybody. You saw what I did, Breakman. I was just running circles around the guy and had fun. Freak Five says, I will go on record and say I am willing to become a paid shill for whoever will pay me. And Dungeon says, "Hey man, Burger King makes some great burgers. They do, man. I can't eat hamburger anymore, Dungeon, because it fucks with my stomach. But I hear what you're saying though, man."
Here's the typical response I've been getting from these Trump supporters. One of them sent me an image of Obama standing next to that Jesse Smollett guy. I know we never talked about it, but I think it's absolutely a crime when you report a crime that didn't happen. Like,
Yeah,
people should be
absolutely.
punished for that.
No question. Yeah.
We never really talked about it because he's not worth our time.
No.
But anyways, he sent me a picture of this and he said, "Here are your boyfriends making up crap like you."
Boyfriends.
Like, well,
The implication
yeah, like,
that you're
okay,
gay.
What are you, 12?
Yeah,
and you're not just a racist, you're a 12-year-old racist?
And a
like,
homophobe? Like,
yeah, and
honestly?
I mentioned a homophobe. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, really? That's great. That's all you got? Is homophobia?
Yeah.
Like, you're fucking weak. And I get then I get back from that guy who actually hits the homophobic slurs. He sent me an image of Socrates saying, "When the debate is lost, slander becomes a tool
I
of
saw
the
that.
losers."
That's when I got involved, man. I'm like,
I'm pretty sure he started first.
Yeah.
If that's the case.
yeah. It's funny, man. Like,
And then
How about
today,
you use
this
your own
guy-
goddamn words instead of stupid images on
Yeah,
the
exactly.
internet?
Oh, I used images too. I don't give a fuck. I'll take the gloves off and fight them on their own turf. I really don't give a fuck. What else, Breakman?
This guy today, he started his thread, and his thread was filled. I forget what his original post was. Let me see if I can find it. I can't find.
Yeah.
What he
That's
said.
all right, man.
Well, anyways, I just got in on the tweets, like, as another, like, that's ridiculous what he said.
right.
Uh,
Dude, I agree.
but anyway, so I don't know, I can't find it. But anyways, I was just one of like hundreds of people who commented on it, and he went after me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was completely shocked, like, that this guy went after me. Like, he's got hundreds of people on his feed complaining about what he said, saying it's racist and bigoted and everything else. And I said something similar, and it's suddenly, like, I'm getting tweets from him. And he's the guy's like, I work at Burger King, and I live in my mom's basement, and I just,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, I ran circles around that dude. He didn't want to engage with me that much, man.
He like posted my stuff, and he's like, this one's great. Y'all, seriously, this fool's unhinged. Sitting in my office laughing my ass off as this guy, he said I'm obsessed, literally could not care less about this loser. Just bought you all would enjoy. I guess he once thought you all would enjoy the hysteria. No retweets, and the only likes have been from me.
It's really funny because, like, I saw that stuff going on, and then I got in on him.
And then somebody said, "Bro, what are you doing for your country?"
I think we spent more.
Those are his rights and replies.
Yeah,
we spent more time
he's
on this
laughing
than
at me.
Eric,
Well,
chill out,
I know,
dude.
but my
we're
point
good.
is, like, he's sitting here laughing at me in hysteria, saying like I'm the fool, but he's by himself.
Yeah, like I said, these people are,
classic projection.
And he's getting laughed at by other people on Twitter.
I
Like,
think
it's
I think honestly, Breakman, these people, maybe they're not paid shills, but they're like those not bots, but like
I don't know about that guy. No, I'm talking about
they're
this
called
guy. I'm
sycophants.
talking about his Twitter. I don't know if I want to get Twitter. 'Cause
No.
I don't want people really. I don't want people bullying him or piling
No,
on.
no,
'Cause I
don't.
happen to have
Yeah,
fun.
don't.
But this one guy, like, who sent me like 40 tweets over 2 days. Like, I was serious when I woke up in the morning and there wasn't a new tweet from him. I was sad. Like, I've gotten so many tweets from him. Where's my tweet from you today, man? And stuff like that. And he was at one point he was yelling at me about, like, you lefties always gotta get the last word. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, this is the worst. This is the worst insult for me you have. I keep getting as liberal, basically.
Yeah.
Liberal and left wing. Like, not really. I'm pretty sure people who know me would disagree with that. Me and Frank have fought a number of times.
Yeah,
you know?
no, we definitely differ, and I wouldn't consider you a lefty at all, man. Like, I would consider you more like centrist. You know what I mean? Like kind of in the middle of a lot of issues, and definitely not right wing at all. At all, because those ideologies fucking suck, and I know you would never support any of that bullshit. I don't even think you're like what they consider a fiscal conservative for the most part, Breakman. But like, I don't know, man. These guys are just on a different level of stupid, you know, and it just goes to show. But yeah,
so his and a lot of the things with this guy's repeating. He keeps saying ad hominem because, I was insulting him and calling him bigot. He just keeps calling me a bigot back. But one of my favorite things, and when I really started to laugh at this guy, because at first I was like, "Oh my god, like this guy's crazy."
Yeah.
But then he kept that, and I was responding to a lot of his tweets, like, "No, like, well, where's the example of his racism?" And I'd explain it, and I'm stuff, and then he just kept tweeting and tweeting, and hold on,
Yeah.
and explaining his that damn it, you made me lose track. What was I saying? So I would respond to some of them, and then at one point, he basically he said, "Well, I'm still waiting for an answer. You haven't answered my question." And I answered your question several times, and he's like, "Well, you left. He's always got to get the last word and stuff like that." And I'm like, wait, do you want an answer from me, or do you not want me to speak? Okay, I'll give you the last word. And that's the point where I just started laughing, like, because this guy's nutso, and it's been pretty funny.
Yeah, they don't want to let you have the last word, but yet they don't want you to support your position at all either. So they want it both ways. They want to win the argument, which there really is no argument, and they want to insult and do all kinds of other shit. That's why I just started in what I was doing. I sent a meme of SpongeBob and said, "Oh, you're really smart." You know how that one SpongeBob meme, and then I always add at the end bigot, because he's a fucking bigot. So fuck him. That's what I'm gonna do from now on. Bigot.
You both need to go to Innuendo Studios on YouTube and watch the Alt-Right Playbook series.
Yeah. What is that about?
Let me see. You keep saying that, but you cannot seem to give any evidence that he is any example of racism. Acts that he has committed, that's called playing the Obama race card.
I wish I would have saw that.
Democratic area race card, the person of color except white, a racist term used by persons of color, con. And then at some point, I'm not playing the race card. I'm white, you jackass.
Yeah, I wish I would have saw that.
A black person can't be racist.
Yeah.
They can be prejudiced, but they can't be racist, because racism is something.
Racism is hating another race. Period. There's no other.
I'm talking about like in terms of like white people, black people versus white people. They can't be racist.
Yes, they can.
Here's the thing.
No, there are black people that can hate white people. Yes.
Yeah, that's called prejudice. Break.
No, that's called racism. This is about race.
Prejudice.
It's still prejudice, but it's racism because it's about race.
Well, here's the thing. Like let's not get into
because racism requires a systematic oppression.
Yeah, systemic oppression. Exactly. Yeah, but I know what your point is, Eric. But I know what Breakman's point is. You in a way there's no systemic racism when it comes to black people, but there are racist black people, but mostly prejudiced black people. But that's beside the point, man. Like when you have hundreds
I'm not saying there's a lot. I'm not saying this is like an epidemic or anything like that. I guess we're really just arguing over the term in general.
Yeah.
But he called me a bigot for saying white, and I should have said Caucasian.
I really wish that I would have been involved in that one, because all I would have done is sent him the full page ad calling for 5 innocent black people to be put to the death for not doing anything, for walking in a park. That's what the level of racism that you have to deal with piece of shit. I honestly think that dude has something wrong with him. He's got some unhinged mental disorder or something. I think that's what's going on with that dude, Braid.
Yeah,
so,
all the people that I've
this whole thing.
Well, I'm just saying, like, all the people that I've gone after, and one of the reasons I'm just having so much fun, these are the people that have been going after other people, basically.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Breakman, do you have a stinko this week?
Well, related to the stinko we already talked about with Trump saying his blatantly racist term. Well, something quietly happened this week. Remember the investigation about the Stormy Daniels payoff? They confirmed that, in fact, yes, Trump knew about it and orchestrated it, but they're not going to charge him because he's a sitting president.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's part of the stinko, but most of my stinko goes to this is Nancy Pelosi's entire fucking strategy.
Yeah.
she knew what their defense was going to be, and her whole strategy is like, no, we're not going to impeach him. So in fact, people tried to impeach him this week, and she shut it down.
Yep. No, I agree.
Nancy Pelosi is the fucking worst person who could be in charge right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. You
have got the most blatantly racist sexist,
Yep.
rapist president who's been in there since whenever.
Yeah.
And you have sat on your hands and said, we've got investigations
I
going.
agree.
Our investigations are going to get him. Well, not as long as he's got the DOJ that's protecting him from getting, saying, no, we're just going to drop the claim.
This is what bothers me, Breakman. Like, they could easily pass that. They could go for articles of impeachment. Let the Senate fucking be on record.
Let them be on record as vetoing it.
Yep.
She is basing her strategy on what happened with Bill Clinton in the 90s.
Yeah. I agree, dude. I couldn't agree more.
I understand at the point. Back then, we didn't have as much information about Bill Clinton as we do now.
Yeah.
There were accusations about him, but what they busted him for was basically lying about having an affair.
Yeah.
And to a lot of people, having an affair isn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, well, yeah,
So for a lot of people saw the Republicans as overreaching in their impeachment. We have a lot more evidence on Trump, and he has said blatantly racist things.
Yeah,
There is so much bad information about the guy that it is a completely different environment now.
Yeah. I agree with you 100%. Brakeman, spineless and that's why Pelosi just needs to fucking go, man. There's a guy running against her, Shahid. If you live in California, vote for that dude.
I don't care the gender of who's running against him. I just want somebody that's going to, when your president commits crimes,
right?
Stand up to him.
At least have a debate.
We're investigating him.
Yeah,
at least investigation take place.
At least have a fucking debate and investigate. They're not doing anything.
I understand the need for due process, and we need the investigation and stuff.
Yeah.
But he said blatantly racist statements, and that still isn't enough.
At least fucking censure him. In which they fucking won't do.
Well, they instead voted we denounce what he said.
Yeah, I know.
What the fuck did that accomplish?
Nothing. I agree, man. It's like empty rhetoric, man. It's so stupid.
It is. It's exactly empty rhetoric.
Yeah. All right, let's move on, man. Eric, you have a stinko.
I'm sorry. I need to interrupt. Dungeon Master would like to admonish me. He said, "Hey, man. Burger King makes great hamburgers."
Yeah, they do, man.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to insult at Burger King.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Eric, you have a really, really bad stinko this week, man. This is awful news.
Kyoto Animation Studio was set on fire, and there was an explosion because of said fire.
What the fuck?
Yeah. 33 people so far have been confirmed dead.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And they've pretty much lost everything.
Yeah, it's terrible fucking news.
Because most businesses don't keep off-site backups of all their work.
Yeah, that's terrible,
Which is baffling, but that's just the way the industry is, and the industry obviously needs to change.
That sucks, but the lives lost. That's what's really sad.
Yeah.
33 people lost their lives.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
This article comes from Anime News Network that I pulled it from. Says 41-year-old man apprehended for suspected arson.
That's why are this world is fucking sick, man. It's fucking sick. Yeah. All the evidence we've seen about Epstein, even more has been coming out. He's apparently got hundreds of fucking child rapists across the world, and we got people blowing people up for no fucking reason. This world's fucking sick.
Yeah, it is, man.
I mean, the one thing that's
racist presidents and
the one thing that the shithead Shinzo Abe has over Trump is that at least he has enough empathy to to show sympathy for the victims of this attack.
Yeah,
Trump would never have done that.
Yeah, Trump would. Yeah, I totally agree, man. It's sad news.
Or he'd say some stupid "good people on all sides" thing to ruin it. Yeah.
I don't know. Was there anything of note that they did anime-wise?
Did they capture the guy who did it?
Okay, yes. Not only is Kyoto Anime one of the few anime industry companies out there that actually paid its workers well and cared about their well-being, but I think they've done considerable amount of work and shaping the anime industry as a whole.
Yeah, this is sad news, man.
It's their first studio building, so there's other buildings, but this is where the bulk of their work is. So that's a significant loss for them.
Yeah, 41-year-old man apprehended, Breakman, to answer your question.
Okay.
So
Did
don't know.
Did they say why he did it? Like, did he have a personal
No.
grudge?
No,
Was he
We
just
won't learn
sick
that for. We probably won't learn that for months.
Yeah, it's sad, man. We'll keep you all updated on any.
I don't know why. Like, I feel the need to know why they did
They
it.
have to-
It doesn't
they have to
matter really, but for some
Yeah.
reason I feel like I
They pretty
feel
much
that
have
need to know
from
why.
scratch. Any projects that they were working on probably have to be started over, and there is a fundraiser that's being done through GoFundMe on behalf of Sentai Filmworks, who is another animation studio.
Yeah,
So
that's
hopefully
good.
they can bounce back.
I hope they do, man. But there's no bouncing back from death, and to all the families out there, that I mean, a loss is a loss, man. Especially a human life, man. It really, really fucking sucks. I just
Do you know what I mean though? Like you feel like you need to know why.
Yeah,
Like
we'll
you're
find
trying
out.
to understand what would cause somebody to do something like that.
Yeah, it's like the whole Aurora shooting thing, man. I still rack my brain over that fucking nonsense, man. Like I told you guys the story about how I was almost involved in that, man, and you know, it just strange.
Some people are saying they were disgruntled otakus, but I think it's not that at all. I think it was just some guy who chose this building because it was most convenient for him to do so.
It could have been. We'll find out for sure.
Yeah,
All right.
like that's what I was wondering, if it's just that some sicko who's getting his kicks off, or somebody who didn't like the company, or a sicko that saw one of their anime and was like, "Oh, this is the worst ever. I'm gonna make them pay."
Yeah. All right, let's move on to happier thoughts, guys.
Dude, what does my tattoo say?
Sweet of the week.
All right, Breakman, you're up.
I
Sweeto
already
of the
told
week.
you my sweetos. I've been having so much fun, like with these guys, because their arguments are all weak. They're pretty pathetic. I mean, he questioned my intelligence by misspelling intelligence.
Oh yeah. If anybody wants to know the most recent thing that of theirs that I've seen, that would have been the Euphonium movie I saw.
Okay. All right.
So now I'm wondering, like, the Euphonium season 3 probably not happen for like at least 2 years now.
Yeah, that really sucks, man. All right, Eric, I didn't see a Sweeto on your list here. Did you have a Sweeto?
No.
All right.
Other than getting through the week.
All right, I have a Sweeto. Let me transition here so you guys can see this. My Sweeto is Bernie Sanders and how he schooled the Washington Post, and I'll tell you exactly what happened after I played this very small clip of him answering a question from Acosta from the Washington Post.
Wait, before you play that, can I add one more stinko I forgot? Rand Paul.
Oh, for blocking that.
Fucking. Well, I'm always worried about money and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, he was worried
really,
about
that's
money.
That's why you've supported Trump in so many of his his tax
cuts,
which have inflated the
by $1 trillion.
Our $1 trillion debt.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck.
You're fiscal, right? You can care about money.
Yeah,
right.
Rand Paul is a special kind of stupid, man, and I could do a whole show on Rand Paul. Maybe I'll talk about Rand Paul on the Hill of Roses podcast, which I'll be on Sunday at 5:30 Eastern. But
that's cool.
Yeah.
Hill of Roses.
Hill of Roses. It's kind of a me plus 3 format, like a panel of progressive politics. So I'll be talking maybe about that and some other stuff. But anyways, let's move on here. This is Bernie Sanders. I want to talk about this after I play it.
From that Sister City program, that was then under communism, and you saw the young people who work really well with young people from Burlington.
Let's stick with that race point you just brought up. In 1974, you said that busing policies were well-meaning in theory, but sometimes result in, quote, racial hostility.
What else did I say in that?
Tell me.
No, you got it there. Read it. Read the whole quote.
I don't have the whole quote.
The whole quote is, the federal government doesn't give a shit about African Americans.
Oh, that is true. That's why I didn't include it.
Okay, here's the scene, all right? He was trying to catch, Acosta was trying to catch Bernie Sanders on a question about busing, right? There was this whole thing about Joe Biden being working with segregationists on like not passing. That was the whole Kamala Harris versus Biden thing in the debates, right? So they tried to attach Bernie to that whole thing, and it didn't work because Bernie just basically said, "Why don't you read the whole fucking quote, you moron?" And he didn't read the whole quote. He didn't read the part about the government doesn't give a shit about black people, and he called him out on it. And that's my Sweeto of the week. Like, when you try to put Bernie in a corner, you never put Bernie in a corner, because he will fucking demolish you. And this whole interview, I urge people to watch this Bernie interview with the Washington Post, because Acosta tried a bunch of ways to try to get Bernie into a bunch of like gotcha type questions, and it didn't work. And it didn't work with Bernie this time. So fuck the Washington Post.
Well, right there, he caught himself in a lie, because he said, "I don't have it." And then as soon as Bernie said it, he's like, "Well, that's why I didn't say it."
Right.
Like, well, do you not have it, or did you not say it?
Yeah, look, Dungeon said, "I felt the burn from here." You can't fucking put him in a corner. They try all the time, and he is so sharp. To me, he's the clear fucking choice to be the next president of the United States. And if the polling is correct, he will demolish fucking Trump in the fucking general election. It's not even fucking close. So that's my fucking Sweeto of the week, is Bernie Sanders.
He does seem like he's the opposite of Trump in pretty much every single way.
Every fucking aspect. Like, when you think of the swamp, you remember how like one of Trump's biggest thing was drain the swamp? He added the swamp. He didn't fucking drain it. He doubled the swamp. Bernie would fucking drain it.
He fired. Well, he got rid of several people. Pushed them out. The people disagreed with him.
Yeah,
and filled them. Basically, he drained the swamp of alligators and filled it with piranha.
Yeah, piranha and crocodiles, man.
He got rid of the alligators and added piranha, crocodile, caiman. Right. The most deadly water ever. There's coral snakes in there and shit.
Oh man, the people that should not have been, like Steve Mnuchin, the fucking criminal that Kamala Harris decided to let off with nothing. He's the fucking treasure secretary. It's like letting the fox in the hen house, man. Like, that dude raided the fucking treasury. I mean, everybody. Wilbur Ross, another fucking piece of shit, did Chamber of Commerce. Really? Who else? Fucking Ben Carson as the housing and urban, and all he did was fucking waste taxpayer money and cut HUD programs like by crazy amounts. Zinke. I could go on and on. Betsy DeVos as the head of fucking education. Are you fucking kidding me, man? Like, he literally doubled or tripled or quadrupled the fucking swamp, man. It's crazy.
And he put people in positions who have no idea what they're fucking doing.
Yeah, Rick Perry is the fucking energy guy, the big oil and gas fucking shill. Really? I mean, it was incredible, the people that he put in there. The level of corruption. Jeff Sessions. The level of corruption in the Trump administration is unprecedented, man. Like, it's crazy. Dungeon says, if there's one thing I can say, he's incredibly sharp. He has to have a Rolodex of his own quotes in his head going back decades. That's what he's talking about. Bernie Sanders, obviously. He definitely does.
Yeah,
man.
Definitely can't be talking about Trump.
No,
Trump doesn't admit he said something 2 seconds after he said it.
All right, man. Let's move on here to free for all. We got a couple of things.
It's a free for all.
All right, couple of things. First things first, we haven't gotten to this. I wanted to make sure got this. Eric put this in here.
Also, Mrs. Brakeman had something she wanted me to ask.
Oh, yeah.
So go ahead.
Okay. In the free-for-all?
Yeah, but go ahead.
The first thing, we got plenty of time. The first thing is Nintendo of America's continued antagonism towards North America limited edition for games. Eric, what do you want to say about this?
I just wanted to say that I don't understand where the head's at with this, because in Europe you can get a really fancy limited edition of a game, but when it comes to like North America, Nintendo's cheap as fuck apparently.
Yeah, I don't think that
it's lesser. Like when going back to the Wii U era with the release of Bayonetta 2. The Bayonetta 2 came with a code of Bayonetta 1, but in Europe, you got the extra disc, and in Japan you got the extra disc for the first Bayonetta game.
Yeah,
it was just a download code here though. But Fatal Frame 5's release was physical release in Europe as well as a digital release.
Yeah. Like the article that you have here, Eric, Daemon X Machina has a really nice statue. It's got a steel book, which is always really, really nice. A book, and we're not getting that here in the United States.
Yeah, we're just getting a standard release of just the game.
Yeah, it really fucking sucks, and I hate that. I totally agree with you. Nintendo doesn't treat North America like anywhere else. It fucking sucks, man.
Well, it doesn't help that the Nintendo of America, Nintendo of Europe, and Nintendo of Japan are pretty much just segregated from each other.
Yeah.
They don't talk with each other and coordinate.
Yeah.
That was going to be my question. Like, who's in charge? Is it Nintendo America or is it Japan America?
It's always Japan.
It's Japan of America.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in Japan,
Japan of
Nintendo,
Japan of
NCL
America.
is the one that makes all these decisions, so they're at fault at most. Because, like, I'm sure Europe would want to cooperate with North American releases.
Oh yeah, of course
I
they
can't
would.
believe you guys didn't make more fun of me.
Oh, I did in chat. I don't know if you saw that, Japan of America. So, all right, Breakman, what did Miss Breakman have for us?
No, well, first thing I want to say, and like, if you're going to give download codes and there's no discs, like, why do we get the cases? That's just a waste of
plastic.
now.
Yeah.
No, because we got a disc of Bayonetta 2, and then we didn't get
Yeah,
a
it just
disc
came
of the
with
first game.
it was,
Okay.
And it was the same for the Switch version as well.
Yeah. All right, Breakman.
Mrs. Breakman wanted me to ask what you guys think about the difference between spirituality and religion.
This is a good question,
And
man.
what is the difference?
There is a difference. Spirituality can be tied to religion, for sure. There are people that are very spiritual.
Or you could approach it with a religious fervor.
Yeah. Religion is just the text. You know what I mean? Like what you're reading in the text.
And slash doctrines and dogmas.
Yeah, if you're talking about pure spirituality, there are atheists that are very spiritual in the sense that they practice like sometimes they'll practice like Tai Chi or they'll have some form of meditation that kind of calms their nerves, or even praying can help a person kind of calm their nerves in a certain way. So
yeah, I mean, I always thought prayers as a mnemonic trick for people to get themselves in a certain mental state.
Yeah. So the difference is like usually when you think of spirituality, you think of like really wacky things like like crystals and pseudoscientific like remedies and stuff like that. So it's important to like not get caught up in a lot of the malarkey, the stuff that you're going to pay a premium for. Like if anybody's like telling you like this spiritual,
like yoga has a spiritual bent, but it also has real world practical applications.
Right.
Which is why people still do yoga.
Right. And yoga's fine. I've seen plenty of yoga that's good for your body and good to stretch and all kinds of stuff. But there is a difference. But usually they're tied together. Obviously I mentioned the prayer and stuff like that, but I honestly think like if you're spiritual without being religion, I think that's a benefit to you and your mind more than anything. To answer the question, the differences, I think the difference is mental state, man. Like you have to
Sorry.
Sorry guys, I got unplugged here. Do you guys hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
cool.
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm sorry. I muted myself and turned the volume up. So, like, your voices in my head and screen, and it's really confusing. So I'm going back to muted.
Okay. No. So I think there is a definite connection when you're talking about mental states, but spirituality can be definitely separate from religion.
And religion can be separated from organized religion.
Right. I honestly believe that organized religion is kind of a mental disorder, to be honest with you, man. I mean, there's arguments.
Or at the very least, it is a foundation for creating mental disorders.
Yeah. Freak Five says, I don't drink and drive, but I love getting drunk and playing racing games. But you can get the same type of like spirituality from doing recreational drugs. To be honest with you, so I don't understand.
Or playing video games, or something.
Or even playing video games. Exactly. There's plenty of things that can give you that rush that you need to keep you going. So to answer Mrs. Breakman's question, I think that they are different, but they can be one and the same. But I don't mind spirituality as much as I mind like religion and especially organized religion. Organized religion, I feel, is a mental deterioration. I think spirituality is kind of a mind opener, but it can be a precursor for gullible minds, if that makes sense. I don't know if
I think when you engage in things that don't have empirical evidence backing it, you lose your ability to discern from what's real in reality.
Yeah, it's almost a cognitive dissonance at that point, man. Like it can be. But what do you think, Breakman? What does Mrs. Breakman think? We should get her on the show to talk about
I don't know. Do you want to say what you think? We can come here.
Yeah, let's hear from Mrs. Breakman.
Get in here and you say it.
Miss Breakman's corner.
I don't want to talk about it. You get in here.
Mrs. Breakman, get on the show. We need to get you in.
He's not gonna relay what you think.
I don't trust Breakman.
I'm not a parrot. I don't work like that. You gotta get in here and say it yourself.
Yeah, get in there, Mrs. Breakman. Where's she at? Is she coming?
No.
She said, "Never mind." What do you mean, never mind? Get in here. God.
Yeah, get in here, Mrs. Breakman. The audience is calling for Miss.
Please come here.
Yeah, come on.
We're gonna talk about Lava Tula.
Lava Lantula.
Yeah, Lava Lantula.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Come on, Mrs. Breakman. Tell her the chat is clamoring for her, even though that's not the truth.
Say the chat's begging for her to get in here. Come on, you gotta get in here.
Yeah, come on, Mrs. Breakman.
She says she's over people today.
Oh. Yeah.
Too many bad assholes at work, huh?
All right. Wow, Mrs.
Answer. No, put it on your head.
Yeah, put it on your head. Put that condom on your head, Mrs. Breakman. Come on. What the hell's wrong with you? It's where it goes.
But take the headset off, and then we both talk. That work?
All right. Do we have Mrs. Breakman on the line?
Yes.
Okay, Mrs. Breakman. Well, I think I answered your question, but what are your thoughts on that?
I just feel like it's the same. Like I feel like there's not really a difference, and people are trying to say there's a difference, and I just don't understand.
I think there is.
We kind of explained it, but you missed all of it. She couldn't hear any of it, and I didn't know she couldn't hear it.
Yeah, in a nutshell, Mrs. Breakman, I honestly think they can be different. Like, you can be spiritual without being religious. Especially when you're talking about organized religion. Organized religion is a whole separate thing that I could talk about ad nauseum, and I have on this show before. But spirituality can honestly lead to a lot of mental deterioration and a lot of awkward bad thinking, like crystals and homeopathy and a bunch of other like non-scientific bullshit that holds people back. That's what I was saying in a nutshell. You there? Hello? Did I lose everyone?
I'm listening.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I understand what you're saying, and they are kind of tied together, and they can be tied together. But I think it just, if you buy too much into that type of hype, that religious and spiritual nonsense, and I don't believe in any of it. I don't.
She's referring to some people that she's come encounter with who say they don't go to church anymore. They're spiritual.
No, I was talking about Al-Anon. Al-Anon. They're trying to say like the higher power shit.
Oh yeah, no, I don't believe in any of that nonsense. If you listen to any of that, if anybody listens to any of that nonsense, that's pure nonsense. But we were talking about like for instance, like yoga can be spiritual. You know what I mean? Like Tai Chi can be spiritual without being religious. You know what I'm saying? Like you can calm your mind with like breathing and like yoga and other techniques and stuff like that make a difference in your life. But But when you're talking about like higher powers and all this religious like nonsense from each different sect, like it is nonsense. And I agree with you. Like people like that are fucking batshit crazy and should not be really taken seriously in almost any aspect of anybody's life. Like
okay, see, I thought she was talking about we'd had conversations before about the people who used to go to church and they don't go to church anymore, but they say they still believe in God and they're spiritual now. Like I don't believe in that church, but I'm spiritual.
Yeah, I like having conversations with those people because then I can figure out really where their mind is.
Conversations, good God! What the? I did not imagine it. We had it. I swear.
It's so weird though, because like when they say that, I'm probably gonna call bullshit on them. Because if you still believe in even one construct from that religious worldview, you're still religious.
Yeah, well, we're different, Eric. Of course, we're gonna call a spade a spade. That's just the way. Well, since we got Mrs. Brakeman online, real quickly, guys, I wanted to do this. Last week we had our favorite cartoons from the past and present. Mrs. Brakeman, I want to put you on the spot. What is your least favorite cartoon from the past or present? Do we have Mrs. Brakeman still? Is she thinking?
She's thinking.
All right. Yes, least favorite. Like, back in the day, and some of mine might be controversial, but I have, like, for instance, like, I'm not a big fan of the Smurfs. I think the Smurfs is probably
I'm
one
with
of
you. Actually,
I liked the Smurfs as a kid.
Yeah.
I'm with Frank. Smurfs are. I was rooting for Gargamel. I always wanted to know what had happened when he caught him. Like, is he going to eat him or?
Well, that was the intention. Like, there were plenty of episodes.
Sometimes it seemed like it was. Other times it seemed like he just wanted to get rid of them. Like, is he going to just eat? Is he going to eat them, or is he just going to kill them all? And then what's he do once they're all dead?
Dungeon says, "Yay, cartoons."
He wasn't going to think about cloning the Smurf so he can eat more.
That's terrible.
Yeah, he said he's not a big fan of the Smurfs either. Yeah, the Smurfs wasn't one of my favorites.
Smurf.
I tell you what, a terrible cartoon was that was fairly popular back in the day was.
She's got one.
Yeah, what?
Snort.
Which one?
Snort.
Oh, the Snorks was awful. That was an awful cartoon. What about Gem? Everybody liked Gem.
Hey, don't even talk bad about it.
All right, I'll zip my mouth on that one just so I could.
Who remembers David the Gnome?
Pop with the signature of the person who voiced the cartoon in Gem.
Yeah, well, I mean the content.
So you're treading on dangerous ground right now.
I know, man. I could tell.
Now, like, it's kind of hard to watch, but I still love it.
Which one?
I said I'm talking about Gem.
Oh yeah. You know what? Another one that's hard for me to watch now is He-Man. Like, that's a really, really hard one to watch. She-Ra and He-Man. The new She-Ra is supposedly really good.
They suffer from canned animation a lot.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the biggest problems with He-Man. Like, you'll see Ram Man running down the same hallway over and over and like, God damn it, Ram Man, like, what's wrong with you? Can't you fucking get the Skeletor? He's right there.
Well, that and the fact that it was all about just selling toys. There was no real big story in that.
Yeah, because we watched that. Me and Mrs. Brakeman watched the what was it? TV or Netflix show called?
Yeah, the one where they like went back to look at all like the toys.
The toys that made us.
Yeah.
They did a whole thing on He-Man, like that, and because I'd always wondered as a kid, like, why the comic and the cartoon were so fucking different.
Yeah,
another good.
Yeah. Go ahead, Eric.
Good kid cartoon was David the Gnome.
David the Gnome. Never even heard of that one.
You don't remember that one?
No.
I loved that.
Dungeon says Gargamel was bizarre. He wants to eat small people that think and build stuff. He was the first Titan before Attack on Titan. That's true, man. He also says He-Man had so much canned animation, and he also says Kid Video. Jesus Christ, Dungeon, you're like dating yourself, dude. Kid Video, holy shit.
I only vaguely remember Kid Video, but
Oh.
I remember it was probably extremely 80s.
You know, another one. This is going to be controversial to you guys.
Oh,
I
who
bet.
remembers that knockoff Captain N show called it was all the acclaimed characters.
It got worse than Captain. Oh, I know what you're talking about because there was a game show attached to that.
I think it was called the video Challenge or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bigfoot, Quirk, the Narc guys, like we're all part of that show. Yeah.
Dungeon
I
says you.
made a tweet about it the other day, and I can't even remember its name because it was so unremarkable.
Dungeon says YouTube is a treasure trove, dudes. It totally is. Entire series are thrown up there in the forgotten corners of the algorithms. Here's a controversial one that you guys might kill me for, but I hated Captain Planet. I fucking hated that show, man.
Yeah, I don't really like it either, but I like.
I think people like making fun of it. That's what the thing is.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Much like He-Man.
I really like the theme song, but the show sucks.
Actually, it's not a controversial concept. Actually, from what I've seen on the internet, most people seem to have hated Captain Planet, but I always liked Captain
He's
Planet.
our hero.
But speaking of like great theme
Don
songs,
Cheadle will
and
turn you
terrible
into a tree, man.
but great theme songs and terrible shows. It's like coffee to me. Like, I love the smell of it.
You know, Breakman. I know we've done it before, but we got to do another show with like the best and worst like themes of like shows like in the '80s and cartoons and shit, man. Real Ghostbusters.
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, Real Ghostbusters was awesome.
Real Ghostbusters, when you're talking about best Dungeon Busters, but the coffee of cartoons is Inspector Gadget.
Oh yeah, of course, man.
Great theme song, like it fucking catches you, gets you in there. That cartoon couldn't be worse.
Yeah, that cartoon was.
Or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
yeah, great songs.
I disagree with that because back then Ninja Turtles was a great show. It's hard to watch now because they keep saying
most of the episodes are stinkers.
Yeah. Look at here's the theme to Inspector Gadget.
Hold on, I gotta kill somebody.
It sucks.
Hold on, I gotta murder her. Ah, fucking shit!
What happened to Breakman? Oh,
the R-rated Inspector Gadget where he just swears all the time everything goes wrong.
G.I. Joe Extreme. G.I. Joe went downhill after Serpentor arrived. I totally agree, Dungeon.
G.I. Joe Extreme. How about G.I. Joe Sigma 6?
Yeah, exactly.
I know a lot of people hate the movie, but I fucking love G.I. Joe the movie.
G.I. Joe the movie was awful.
Retaliation, I mean.
A lot of people hate it. I know. Not a popular opinion, but I fucking.
I liked Retaliation. I never saw the first one.
I hated all those movies, man.
No, I'm talking about the cartoon.
Oh, the cartoon. Oh, the cartoon movie was okay. I thought it was okay. It wasn't terrible, but Beetlejuice. What's wrong with you, Bernie?
I love Beetlejuice.
That was a fun. Actually, it was a fairly fun.
Cartoon Beetlejuice.
Yeah, cartoon. The cartoon. The movie's classic.
Mrs. Breakman says she loved the fucking cartoon as she walked away.
Yeah.
Retaliation was great, but the first G.I. Joe movie was like, wow.
Dungeon Buster, that's your credibility's taking a hit with that, man. Retaliation was not great, man. It was okay. I'll give you that.
Disagree. Like, if you were into the lore of G.I. Joe, like, there was a lot of really great, like, wow, like, they went, like, they did that stuff. Like, you could tell the person who made G.I. Joe Retaliation actually cared about G.I. Joe.
Yeah, I guess.
They just didn't do a good enough job, I guess.
I don't know, man. Okay. Well, anyways, we gotta go.
One thing, there's only so much of a budget. Like, I'm sure, like, they had that one HISS tank. I'm sure he wanted like an army of HISS tanks, but you can only do so much.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially when you got the Rock on the.
Yeah, I know, but
him a lot.
That movie made a shit ton of money, though, man. Shit ton of fucking money. The Rock is like gold on almost any fucking movie he's on, man. All right, we gotta end the show, man. It was a great show. Thanks.
Speaking of which, that new Jumanji sequel.
Yeah, I like the first, or not the first. I don't like Robin Williams.
The second one.
The second one.
Jumanji.
No, I like the new one better, actually. I thought it was fun.
Monkeys in their natural state stealing stuff. Monkeys are thieves, and it acknowledges that. I like
it. Tade was in chat.
Penguins are thieves too, though.
I forgot to mention Tade was in chat, so welcome, Tade. And I know it's the end of the show, but thanks for joining. All right, guys, we gotta end the show. Breakman plugs, please. Thanks, Mrs. Breakman, for coming on. By the way, I really appreciate it. Yeah. All right, Breakman.
G.I. Joe, fucking weirdo. You can follow me at @break_man on Twitter and at RPGrinders. And you can ask me whatever questions you want. I'm gonna save your relationship. I'm gonna get you out of trouble with the law.
Yeah,
if you want to go on a killing spree and stuff like that, I got you covered.
He's got a lot of snake oil,
All you gotta do
guys.
is-
So
Yeah, all you gotta do is send us a tweet and add hashtag Dear Breakman.
Yeah. Dungeon says, "Oh wait, Retaliation the movie? I screwed up. My brain farted and thought you meant the super cool limited cartoon series." See, Dungeon, I knew it. I knew you were on the same page.
That's why I got confused too when we started switching between like real action, live action.
Yeah,
movies and
see, that's what I was like.
The single season, what was that called? That one.
I don't remember.
G.I. Joe Renegades. It was
Renegades. That was it.
That was a fantastic show.
Can I watch that on YouTube or something?
I think you can, man. You can find anything on YouTube, man, for sure. All right, Eric, you're up, man. What's your plugs?
Okay. No, he's Cobra Commander faked being an idiot and blew up Moscow.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
But anyways, for my plugs, I'll plug my Patreon, which you can find via my Twitter account at EricRPG. And if you go there and then see some of the articles I've written, like there are links to those articles within my Patreon. And then if you like what I've written and you want to support me, even so much as little as $1 would help me.
Yeah.
And otherwise, the link will be shown in the summary.
Yeah. All right.
G.I. Joe Resolute is the name of the movie.
Okay, I never saw that.
Yeah, you got to watch that, man. It's really good. Resolute was good. That's it, Dungeon. You're right, man. I totally fucking brain farted on that as well. All right. You all can follow me on Twitter at Frank Branches. You can get me on any of the systems, RPGrinders. I want to mention that I'm going to be on a podcast called Hill of Roses. It's a progressive political podcast. We'll probably be discussing a lot of like progressive stuff like Medicare for All. And, if you're interested in politics and you want to hear me just let loose on a bunch of topics ranging from Medicare for All and other things in the progressive area, please check that out. Thanks everybody in chat. I know Slagar was in there. Thank you very much. Dungeon, of course. Tade, Lurks, Bernie was in chat. Commander Root, Freak 5 Chaos was in chat, and Angel of Light. Thank you all for joining. Really, really appreciate it. Let's see what else. Yeah, check out the Hill of Roses podcast. I really want to. I'm hoping to do a good job on Sunday and present some good views on politics and progressive politics and fuck Trump and all that bullshit. But anyways, that's all I got for this week. You guys have anything?
Let me add too. Like, it isn't just the left that hates Trump. There are people on the right who are vocal about hating Trump too. Like this isn't a small minority. Like
actual conservatives that are like, this guy's a fake conservative.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Trump supporters are shrinking.
Yeah.
Like, there are more people coming out against this guy.
Yeah.
Which is great. But at the same time, in the meantime, he's trying to divide us by race and religion and stuff like that, and bringing up like just spreading out and out lies.
Yeah.
For instance, like his constant attacks on Omar about she's anti-Semitic.
Yeah, that's total nonsense.
While using racist language. Like,
yeah.
Like, really?
Yeah. It's total nonsense, man. I really got heartened by the fact that she went back to Minnesota and everybody there was just, like welcoming her back with open arms. And I mean, it was a really touching video that I saw when she went back to the airport in Minnesota. So,
and she's been getting death threats. So let me say this, even if you don't support her politically, like you should be supporting her in this fight right now. She's being attacked by a blatant racist and her supporters are threatening her life.
Yeah.
And his supporters are threatening her life.
Yeah, and I'm going to say it now. If you still support President Trump and you still would vote for him in the next election, you're a bigot. And fuck you. That's what I'm going to say. That's all about.
I'm going to say I'm kind of surprised I haven't got banned from Twitter with some of the stuff I said. Because one of these people was bragging to me about how he's going to get reelected. And I said, I'm pretty sure if he gets reelected, he's going to get assassinated.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But
I never said I was going to kill him, but I'm just saying, like.
Yeah, I know.
That was enough for her to ban me. That was enough for her to block.
Well, good, man. I mean, good on you. You don't have to see her fucking nonsense anymore. But anyways, you guys got anything else?
No.
All right. All right. Stay safe this weekend. We want to see you back here next week. Until then, we're out. Mrs. Brakeman made an appearance, and so did Bernie.
Mrs. Brakeman is awesome. Mrs. Brakeman is awesome. She rocks.
No cowbell this week. All right.
She's a blatant racist, and I don't care if I piss her off.
Yeah, there you go. Everybody in chat, it was really a ton of fun. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you check me out on the Hill of Roses podcast. I'm doing that Sunday. I don't think there's a live feed of that, but make sure you get it on iTunes and everywhere else podcasts can be found. I have no idea when that's going to be posted. I don't even know if it's live, but it's called Hill of Roses, so it'll be quite interesting. And I'm sure you guys will hear more of me yapping about Trump and progressive politics, but that's about it. Thanks, chat. Really, really appreciate it, you guys.
But again, you don't have to be progressive to hate him.
Right?
It's
No,
just,
you don't.
You just have to have common sense.
Yeah. Later, Freak 5. Really appreciate it.
Not be a fucking racist.
Yeah, exactly. All right, everybody in chat, thank you guys so much. Really, really do appreciate y'all joining us live every week on RPGrinders, 7 Eastern. Thanks a lot. Later.